Welcome in, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Ben and I just staring at each other, shaking heads before we crack the mic here on a Thursday morning. Welcome in again. You are listening to Ben and Woods. And, you're living also in baseball hell and purgatory right now. Ooh, another heartbreaker lost by our San Diego Padres. Hey, we were in it. We battled. It's pretty fugly right now if you're a Padres fan, but hopefully the tides will turn soon. We can talk about why they probably won't. For the short show today, got a short 3-hour show here on Ben and Woods. Thank Christ above that it's a short show. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer. Good morning, Paulie. We should have just opened with that. Be like, sandwiches. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Doing great.
What's a skill you learned too late?
Ooh.
A skill that we learned too late. Really never too late to learn something.
I was going to say, I think I'm pretty good with money, stretching a dollar, budgeting.
But you would have liked to have known it.
I would have
when you
liked
were
to
still
be
growing up.
better about saving, smart spending. Nobody taught me anything about credit cards, loans, student loans. Nobody taught me any of that crap.
I still don't know much about any of that. A skill that I learned too late. I have no idea.
That's not really a skill, though, being smart about your money.
No, I think that's absolutely
a skill?
Absolutely. That's an important and valuable skill that
Radio
should be taught in school.
Radio is a skill I learned too late. Could have had a much more lucrative career, perhaps, if
Yeah.
I'd started earlier. You never know. Headbanging dude. Man, topic wheel at 6 a.m. We don't want to polish a turd instead. I do recommend going back and listening to yesterday's show because I was driving home going, there's really nothing positive to say about the Padres right now. So there's just not. I think you'd be insane.
We came in yesterday and broke down a 3-2 loss in Philly.
Yeah. We're coming in today.
To
break down a 3-2 loss in Philly.
The manager literally said, it's like Groundhog Day.
It really is.
That's what the manager said after the game.
Yeah.
So
Tough.
I don't think it would be out of bounds for us to also say this is getting a little repetitive and tiring with your San Diego Padres right now.
No doubt. The voice you hear there is Benjamin Higgins.
Oh, good morning.
He's our friendly neighborhood sports anchor.
News anchor as well.
News anchor last night. How did that go?
Went well. I had to stay a little late. Basketball always tends to run a little long, especially game one of the NBA Finals with all the pregame pomp and circumstance. So we didn't get on until about 8:15, 8:20 for our postgame newscast. And then that was over at 9:20, and then I had to get the 11 o'clock stuff done. So I didn't get home until closer to 10:30 last night, operating on a little less sleep than usual this morning. But doing okay.
I slept like a bear last night. It's so nice to have the baseball practice at night. Got the first 3 innings just like the night before. Literal Groundhog Day. Went back to the same field, practiced, but we had a surprise visitor yesterday that blew me away, and I wanted to thank him live on the radio. Get out of my car, and there's a team on the field, and they're wrapping up their practice. It's about 5:15, and we had 5:30 practice, and just kind of hanging out. And I look over, and I see this dude walking towards me, and I go, well, son of a bitch, if that's not our beloved Tim Flannery. And he's walking towards me. He's got a glove on, and he gives me a big hug. And he goes, yeah, Trav texted me and gave me the address. I thought I'd come out. I'm like, you're literally always welcome to come out. And
he doesn't just randomly show up at his practices, though. His grandson is on your team.
His grandson's on my team.
And anybody need some infield work?
which would be amazing.
Anybody want to work on base running?
Which would be incredible if he did. And I think he probably would.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think he probably, if I texted him and said, Flan, come on out and show these guys what's up. And he came out, and I had to alter the plan that I had laid out because Tim Flannery's there. So it was awesome, man. He worked with our little infielders. He hung out the whole time, watched the scrimmage, watched the post-game wiffle ball, or post-practice wiffle ball game. It was just the coolest, man. And my kids really, really loved it and appreciated it. And he's very insanely knowledgeable. And
you can't overload 8-year-olds.
No,
with
and
the knowledge yet.
He did great.
Okay, good. Because you're not installing the wheel play at this point.
No, but like he's talking about, setting your feet on the throw. Every kid loves to just charge it as hard as they can and throw on the run. And instead of, sometimes you got to set your feet, make the throw. And he was working with them. It was awesome. I mean, it really made my night. And he is just being around him makes you feel better. He is very wise. He's been through it all. He's seen it all. He's done it all. And to be able to pass that wisdom down is priceless night last night. So I was in a great mood when practice ended and I checked the score, knew we'd lost 3-2 again, and went home and watched the rest of the game. And yeah, man, it's as rough as it can be right now, losing 8 of 9. I mean, it's horrible. They've been a really bad team that just can't seem to deliver. And your highest paid stars, when your highest paid stars do not deliver, it doesn't bode well for you. It's not trending in the right direction. Well, at least so-and-so's going, and at least so-and-so's going. And,
right.
If the pitching can just stabilize, then we can get it. Pitching's been fine.
Now, had you not been in the current rut that the team is in, yesterday's game would be easy to flush. You lost 3-2 to Christopher Sanchez.
BFD.
Hey, you got to run against him. You battled, came down to the
broke
end.
his streak.
Context matters.
You go, whatever. That's hardly a loss that rings any alarm bells for any team.
If you took the
in
schedule
Major League
and
Baseball.
threw a dart and it landed on that one game, you'd be like, yeah, I can see why you lose that game.
Absolutely.
No
But
question.
as Paulie says, context matters, though, and the fact that the pattern just keeps repeating over and over again with how the Padres lose. That's what makes it so frustrating. Not just us, not just to fans. There's frustration inside the Padres clubhouse now as well.
Are they frustrated enough to win a ball game? That's what I want to know. Are you frustrated enough to not lose?
I wish all it took was frustration to win a ball game, but unfortunately, I don't think frustration helps you hit a line drive.
Payroll is supposed to help. Payroll is supposed to help you win ball games, and our team has a top 10 one. And again, I do realize. Again, context matters. I saw a tweet this morning. I can't believe they're tied for the 4th best record in the NL. And I guess the only bright shining light is that the entire NL decided to also crap their pants when we did at the same time. Everyone collectively crapped their pants. And so you've brought it kind of back down to even. But that number that we talked about keeps ticking away.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, 8 games over. What are we freaking out about? 8 games over 500. Well, now we're 4 games over 500. Little different. You've cut that in half. The last time we talked to Craig Stammen, you were in you were there.
We
That's
talked
right.
to
We
him.
talked to him.
Yeah.
When was it? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago tomorrow.
And I think they won that night, didn't they?
They had won the night before.
I feel like they haven't won since, but I know there's been a win sprinkled in there, a couple since then. But yeah, man. And now you got the Mets coming in. And again, the Phillies are playing much better. They have really good starting pitching. Their stars are playing like stars. You saw it last night. Ours are not. The Mets series is the one that makes you sick.
I'll disagree with you. I mean, the Phillies are also in an incredible – they haven't scored more than 4 runs in a game in 2 weeks. They are in an incredible offensive slump. They've just hit the Padres at the right time.
Well, they're winning games,
and are winning 3-2, 3-0, 4-2, 3. I mean,
that's how
they get 6 straight games against the Padres. Essentially, 6 games in a week.
6 games in a week.
Yeah, they are in a huge offensive slump, and that is including their stars. They've run into a couple of home runs, and that has been the difference in a game here or there. Which, is absolutely better than what the Padres are doing. But compared to the rest of the league, the Phillies are also massively struggling right now offensively.
Well, let's see. Schwarber went yard last night. He's one of their stars. He's hit how many?
23.
23 homers. You combine the home runs of our stars, it's not even close to 23. It's not even close. It's like 13, 15. It's crazy. It's crazy. So obviously you had the big news yesterday too.
No, let's see.
Yeah. Add them up, Paulie.
10 for Manny.
Yep.
8 for Bogarts.
18. 1 for Toddy.
5 for Merrill.
That's 24.
And 1 for Toddy.
24.
24. One more than
Schwarber
yeah.
with 4 players. 4.
Now compare salaries.
Right. Stupid, dude. It's absolutely stupid. But since Mattingly took over, they're, world beaters right now, right? Like they're back in it. They were dead and buried. And we're going the opposite direction right now. So I had the big news yesterday. I was just saying too about the Mets. That's the series that makes you sick, because if you don't beat these, like you can be like, fine, Christopher Sanchez, Zach Wheeler, and Aaron Nola got us. The Mets are horrible, and if you lose to those guys, that's when you're like, all right. Now then I go into that fan mode of blow it up, which I know is dumb. You can't blow it up right now. You're not going to, and you can't really blow it up. Just trade pieces. Get whatever you can for these guys right now.
There's 102 games left this season.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It just doesn't feel like that right now. I think a lot of Padres fans share that sentiment. Maybe the idea of microdosing games is better. It's worked for me the last couple of nights. It's been great. Now I do not have practice. I do have a lunch today though, so that's good. I will be microdosing the Padres again. It's been working so far. But I don't have many plans this weekend, Ben, so I'm going to be forced
to sit down and actually
in my chair and pin my eyelids over.
I have to go to the game on Saturday.
Oh, you're going Saturday?
Yeah. I got a buddy in town.
Nice. Anything else exciting happening? Are you guys watching anything new? I am desperate for something to watch. I'm listening to some new music that I enjoy, but I'm not watching. There's nothing on television that I want to watch. It takes me an hour.
When you listen to new music, what are we talking about here?
Well,
like
it's
new
weird.
bands or
new
old bands with
That's a good question.
New albums?
No, new.
New
bands.
I listen to music all the time.
Right.
But I listen to, I go to Apple Music and I go to the songs that I've already added to my playlists that I enjoy. I don't really ever get new music.
So I still read a lot about music. I still am, what I saw was a band opening for a band that I like, and I go, well, let me check them out, and I go, oh, I like them. Now it's weird. I'll be honest. The bands that I've been listening to are younger British bands, but they're all from like England, but they're younger, and it's almost like it's got a bit of butt rock feel to it. You know what I mean? It's got a little like Fuel and like it's the look.
Yeah,
it's a little bit. There's a band called, I think it's Keo, Keo. But I like went to watch some YouTube videos, and the whole crowd is broccoli heads and like Instagram girls singing along to the song, and I'm like, bro, you're 50 years old. Are these like, they're like a young rock band? They're from England, but they sound good. And then there's another band I discovered called CQ Wrestling. I mean, they're terrible names, both of them. But I've been listening to them all weekend, and they're a younger British band. Yeah,
I'll have to say I've never
Keo.
I've never listened to any new music in my life. I consider new music. A band that's only been popular for about 5 or 6 years is what I consider to be new music. Oh,
Coldplay's new for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, have you guys ever heard of Bruno Mars? This guy's fantastic.
Oh, dude. They
have to reach a certain level of the stratosphere before I am even like comfortable thinking that, okay, this is something that I can listen to a little bit.
It is weird though. Because again,
it's funny, Paulie says Coldplay. I'm kind of finally coming around. Yeah, Coldplay. I like some of their
30
early
years
stuff.
old.
I finally like some of their early stuff. I'm starting to modernize my music selections
been
by
around
adding
since the mid-90s.
a little Coldplay to the mix at this point.
Yeah, so I heard the music and I'm like, I don't know anything about these guys. What got me was the YouTube video, and the singer, he looks like my son Taylor will look when he's older. But he wears a Kangol hat, a backwards Kangol hat, which has not been a look in 25 years, and it looks really weird. And I look at the crowd, and it's like
LL Cool J.
Yes, but he's up there jamming his guitar with his backwards Kangol hat on. And if I was his manager, I go, "Hey man, songs are great. You guys are really melodic. You sound good. we need to get a new look. We're going to ditch this. It looks weird on him. It just doesn't look right. And then they pan to the crowd and I go, oh no. I go, what? Do I like British teeny rock? It's, and I don't know. Is that okay? Like, I feel kind of like an old creep.
I think the pressure must be intense on a rock star or a rising rock star to come up with a look.
It's got to be the worst
because you can't just wear normal clothes,
sweatpants.
So you have to come up with something that's unique. And inherently, when you're doing that, you're going to think, God, I look weird. No one's wearing this.
I know.
I need to come up with my signature look so people know, oh, that's that band. He's the guy
he's the guy that wears the Kangol hat.
I mean, think about the first time Kiss decided to put the face paint on.
100%.
I mean, how awkward the first time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's all go.
I got an idea.
And they're looking at each other going, we got to do this every night.
I don't want to be Star Child.
I know. It's so weird, but yeah, so I've been into some younger British bands. That's what I've been listening to lately.
Like, I don't even make it to like the homepage of Apple Music where they're like new this week or whatever, or new playlists, an artist that I legitimately enjoy. They'll come out with a new album and I'll forget about it. And then like 2 months will go by. I'll be like, oh yeah, I never listened to that.
Yeah,
it's just weird. I like new music is not really on. It's just not on my radar.
Dom says this is probably how some folks felt in the 60s when the Beatles arrived. Yeah, I can see that. And I do feel like, look, I don't know that I'd go see these guys in concert because I'd probably be arrested. They'd be like, why are you here, old timer? But I've enjoyed listening to it. The music sounds good in my ears, and that makes me happy. And I've always liked British bands. I love anything out of Britain has been good for me. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been working hard on this baseball team, the baseball team that gives me joy, my team. This team that we cover doesn't bring me much joy these days.
See if Flan will bring Boach around to one of your practices.
Could you imagine?
As well.
Could you imagine? Flan's a lunatic, by the way.
Is he?
I was doing a drill.
I know he is, but
I was doing a drill and where I timed the fastest runner on my team to first base, right? So 4 seconds. And when we do the 60-foot bags, not the 90. So 4 seconds would be Chandler Simpson on a 90-foot bag. So we do 4 seconds. Then I hit balls to the infield knowing you got 4 seconds to catch it, make a good throw. And so we time each one. So I was hitting one to his grandson playing second. And he goes, all right, I'm going to run. And he ran down the line to try to beat the throw. He beat the throw, pulls his shirt off, starts waving it around, tarps off, and is like, woo, isn't this the new generation? And I was like, Flan, you got to put your shirt on. It was so funny, dude. He's such a loon, and I love him so much, and need him out. The kids were dying. They just thought he was the greatest. So that was really fun.
Speaking of shirts, Daniel Overnight in our chat says, what's up with the white tees? Woods and I are once again, and this has happened quite often lately, wearing the same color scheme. Yeah, Paulie's not with us today. Sometimes we all
I'm
end
wearing
up
a
in
white shirt under this.
Are you? You could, and we could all match
off.
again. I'd like to say that there's some sort of thought, like we're a band and we're,
this is our look now.
This is our new look. It's not.
What would your look be if you were a solo artist, Ben Higgins? You had a backing band, and you were a singer, songwriter. You played guitar. What do you think you would go with? I could see you like in like a David Byrne Talking Heads in like an oversized suit, mostly because it's an old suit and you lost a lot of weight,
right?
And you're too cheap
You've
to
got
buy.
a few of them already.
Like, man, he really must be a Talking Heads fan. No, I'm a Men's Warehouse fan, and I'm not getting a new suit.
Like if we told Ben to come up with a look rather than go to some department stores and look around, Ben would just go in his closet and
get an old suit.
All right, I got a couple of these old suits,
golf gloves. You singing with 2 golf gloves on would be incredible.
Oh, my Aaron Rye. I'm wearing 2 golf gloves at once.
What would the look be? I'd go black pants, black shirt. That's what I would do. That would be my look, along with a billion other bands.
Yeah, maybe jeans and a black t-shirt.
I couldn't even do jeans because I couldn't move around in
I probably wouldn't either.
I'm going black pants, black button down.
You'd be the first
unbuttoned a little bit.
You could be the first ever all Viore.
Yes,
band.
That's true.
It's funny. Saturday night was our anniversary. We went out for dinner, and it was a casual outing, but Megan still goes, "Oh, what are you wearing?" I was like, "I don't know, these ABC pants and this shirt or whatever." And she goes, "Ooh, that shirt would look good with some jeans." And I think I laughed at her.
Yeah.
I think I laughed at her, and she goes, "What?" I go, "I don't even know if I have jeans anymore."
I see mine up in my closet, dude, collecting dust.
I think I have one pair left hanging up in my closet that I haven't touched since pre-COVID.
The thought of putting them on
denim
makes me sick. It makes me sick. It makes me sweat, and I just feel tight. There is a coach that I coach against in Little League. Dude coaches in jeans every game, and I sit and I stare at him like I'm seeing a Yeti. Like I'm like, you know that there are, I mean, I don't wear shorts because of my legs, but you can wear shorts. You can wear sweatpants. You have actively chosen to come coach a baseball game in jeans, and it just blows me away. I literally look at him like he's the Loch Ness Monster. When I'm watching him coach, I stare at him. I'm like, how's he doing this? I can't wear him. I can't wear him for 10 minutes anymore.
I'll tell you, I was jealous. I went out to La Costa to do a story on the USD men's golf team. They made it to the national championships. I went last Friday. They are sponsored by Vuori. So every player head to toe in Vuori, like golf gear. And I was jealous because because I played college golf Division III, not only did we not have clothing sponsors, we had to check out our golf shirts from the equipment room and then give them back at the end of the season. We literally wore hand-me-down polos to play college golf. And they have like multiple different.
You had to check it back in.
They have multiple different viewers. We had the orange one because our colors were orange and blue. So we had an orange polo and a blue polo.
You look like a side of the road safety worker in an orange polo.
Our coach would tell us whether this match today, are we wearing the orange polo or the blue polo?
Look, guys, I know that there are stretchy jeans. I have a pair of stretchy jeans. These are not them. Which is what I'm telling you. He's in the old school Levi's jeans. It's 87 degrees, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw these on." Jeez. It's crazy. It's crazy. I cannot put them on anymore. I just can't. I've got a stack of maybe 3 pair left, and I'm like, do I throw? I can't throw them away in case I need them for some country concert or something. I don't know, but I just can't put them on. But this guy, he chooses actively, and he's a good dude, great dude. But I watch him coach, and I'm like, you could be so much more comfortable right now.
Is there any appropriate sports field or court where you should be in jeans?
A baseball manager managing a game in jeans, you'd lose your mind. Like in a pro, or even a basketball coach.
I think a basketball coach in jeans would look weird. Everything would look weird.
Other than a rodeo.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. It would have to be something. Should men wear jeans anymore?
Oh, like I told you.
I wear my Levi's.
Hang on.
Sometimes.
All right. Should 50-year-old men and older wear jeans
ever?
Ever.
No.
I agree.
Never.
I don't think there's ever, unless you're going to Moonshine Flats to go square dancing. I don't think even then.
Which then, what are you doing?
I don't think every 50-year-old silver fox that tries to wear jeans, they never get the right ones, and they're always like the Creed jeans with the stitched crosses on the ass, and like they're
True Religions.
They're denim, but then they have like white stretches down the middle over the legs.
I think at 50 you have graduated to slacks
or pants
or
sweatpants.
Comfy stretchies.
I think we just made a new law.
So get rid of my last pair of Levi's.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah.
How do you get those over your calves anyway?
It's not easy.
No, you have to cut them to flare them. All right, let's take our break.
All right, we will take our first time out. Before we do that, I want to reward our early arrivers to the program. Let's give away a pair of tickets. Padres Mets. This is tomorrow. It is Party in the Park night at Petco Park, starting from the time the gates open until first pitch. Join the Padres for a pregame happy hour in the fully transformed Gallagher Square, where fans can enjoy drink specials starting at $5. Live music and other activities. Get your tickets at Padres.com/tickets or be the 6th caller right now at 833-288-0973. 6th caller, 833-288-0973. You'll win a pair, as I promised, finally, early in the program today for the the alarm clock crowd that gets up for us at the start of the program. When we come back, we'll set the menu. We'll get to our Padres Wrap-Up, fourth straight loss, another 3-2 loss to the Phillies. Yeah, it's Groundhog Day, Padres fans. You know it. Craig Stammen knows it. We're Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, Benjamin, let's welcome a brand new partner to the Ben and Woods program. And, obviously this makes a lot of sense. When you think insurance expert, you think Stephen Woods from Ben and Woods, right? And when you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that will be the end of the deal, the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them until it's time for renewal. Your business is running all year, and all those gaps and that risk, that's still there. So that's why I'm introducing Super Sure. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, HR manager, it can get really complex to just buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts that translate your current policy into plain English for people like me that don't really understand it sometimes. So you can see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator. You can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Again, go to supersure.com, supersure.com, paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agent. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
so let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Calling in early. David claimed the Padres Mets tickets. Thank you for calling in, David. Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Coming up on the program today, we'll get into yesterday's game against the Phillies.
We have to?
Yeah, we do have to actually do that.
All right.
A couple nice moments, not for the Padres, but nice moments in the game
congratulations
yesterday.
to Christopher
If you're a
Sanchez.
baseball
Great
fan,
job. Great job.
People were paying attention to that game yesterday for non-Padres reasons, at least. We will discuss that coming up. Have a busy 3 hours because it is a short show. We're leading up to an early Padres Eco Water SoCal pregame show with Sammy Levitt coming up at 9 o'clock this morning for the 10:05 first pitch of the series and road trip finale. In our 7 o'clock hour, hopefully we can squeeze in an MLB reach around. We got Don't Do This. In-season Sammy Levitt before his pregame show is going to join us at 7:35. And then in our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play a little Real or Fake on a Throwback Thursday. And Eno Saris will join us at 8:35 for some smart baseball. All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. And, of course, no Epic Wings, Epic Padres Roundtable today. We will be back next Thursday with AJ Cassavell, but with the early baseball today, we are preempted on the roundtable. So just 3 hours of Ben and Woods.
Can we brainstorm some questions for Eno Saris, maybe live on the radio or crowdsource? Because the last, 8 weeks in a row, it's, hey, are you concerned about Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr.? And he keeps telling us that he's not. But I think at this point, you have to be.
No, some things have changed. I'm less concerned about Fernando Tatis Jr.
The power is not really there, but he
has a homer. He's hitting 275 now, which on this team, feels
like 600.
Feels like he's Tony Gwynn at this point. Yeah. But Manny Machado, I am fully concerned about Manny Machado. And Paul, do you have those numbers that you texted us yesterday? We all know Manny's off to a dreadful start this season. It's impossible to hide it when your average starts with a 172, 263 on base percentage, 344 slugging.
344 slug.
You can't hide it. Now, Manny's gotten off to slow starts before, never anything like this.
And this prolonged.
But this is not just a first 2 months of the season problem. Go back into last season as well for the last, couple months last year?
Yeah, credit my buddy Nick who sent this over, and credit, I guess Darren was talking about this on, I think, his podcast with Marty. They were talking about Manny, and it's not just 2026. They said July of last year, he was hot. He was on fire.
Hot, yeah.
And then August of 2025, his slash line was 222, 294, 296.
Okay, that's August, dog days of summer, right?
September and October, 207, 250, 425. And then so far combined in 2026, 171, 263, 346. Those are really bad numbers. So really, I'd have to go and look at his June and his May numbers, but essentially for the last calendar year, outside of, a month or so, Manny's been really, not just below his career average, slightly below average. He's been really, really bad.
You're telling me my goat is washed.
I mean, the bat speed is still there. He still has 10 home runs.
It's so weird. It doesn't look like it, right? Doesn't he look late? He looks late.
Well, bat speed and being late is not the same thing.
That's true.
You can have great bat speed, but if you start swinging
the wrong time,
half a second too late, you're going to be very late to the baseball. Yeah. So that's two different things.
I think what my point is he looks slow, and he's missing pitches. He missed again some cookies yesterday, and
8th inning had a chance with the Padres just down 3-1. Game was not over.
Good point. 2 of the homers in Mexico City. All right, yeah, it's tough. My goat is washed, man. It's hard to literally. Could it be something as his eyesight's going? Literally, could that be it? Why wouldn't you try the Max Muncy at this point and get some contacts or something? I'm looking for ideas. I don't subscribe to the. Purple says he looks slow running. He always has, bud. Always. He's never been fast. That's the narrative that I'm like, all right, relax. He's not. They're like, it's not like Manny's lost a step.
He's a savvy
base runner. Good base runner, right?
Usually after he's already on, though.
Yes, correct.
He'll swipe a few bags. He'll make the first to third when it's necessary. You have to get on to be a savvy base runner. When you have a 263 on base percentage, you're not going to see much base running. And when you're oftentimes hitting a routine grounder to short, and we know Manny's not going to be sprinting full out on a play that he feels like he's going to be out 499 out of 500 times. He's going to preserve himself. You're not going to see much base running or speed from Manny Machado. I think the question is, can Manny make adjustments later in his career to be a different player?
No one cares how hard you run if you're hitting 300. They really don't. If you're coming through and you're the RBI guy, no one gives a rat's ass.
Manny's,
by the way, Bryce Harper yesterday hit a 6-hopper to second base. He wasn't even in frame when the ball was thrown. You're not going to hear that from anybody. Philly fans aren't going to say anything about it. He's hitting well. He's hitting much better. He's hitting home runs. Everything's compounded when your team is in the crapper and you're not performing well and you're the highest paid player. That's just how it goes. So if he's hitting if he drives that run in yesterday, no one's talking today about this is what I've seen, his weight, all kinds he looks the exact same to me this year as he did last year. I've seen that man almost naked. Nothing's changed. Nothing. But if somebody throws that out there, then it's, maybe he is out of shape. He just stinks at hitting right now.
I don't think he's physically deteriorated.
He looks physically the same to me, but he worked in the offseason at what? What did he work at? Getting his
bat speed up.
And has he succeeded in that mission? Yes. Right? What hasn't happened is honestly, like the contact. Like he's not barreling the baseball in the zone. Those pitches for him, that pitch outer third or whatever, bro, how many times have we Padres fans seen that ball skip into the gap, drives in 2 runs, and Padres tie the game? I mean, it's happened so many times. He's driven in a ton of runs for this organization. But he looks the same to me. His defensive metrics actually look good this year. But, Ben, he's just not hitting. So I don't know what the solution is there.
Sometimes, and I don't know, what's going on inside Manny's head, but I do know he's a savvy baseball player.
Yes.
He's going to have to decide at some point. It may not be until this offseason. He may need to rebuild some things. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm going to have to make some adjustments for the latter years of my career to still be an effective player. I won't be the same player I was in my 20s and early 30s, but
nobody is.
Can Manny Machado find a way to be a productive, useful player? He's never going to live up to $40 million a year, what they're going to pay him. So don't hold him to that standard. That's impossible. That was never going to happen. Everyone knew that the second he signed the contract. But can you be a player that is still worthy of being out there, pretty much every day, helping your team win baseball games, hitting some line drives, get your average up somewhere where it's not embarrassing at this point? He's going to have to figure out a way to do that going forward. I don't know that just because, he's had a bad last 4 months,
5, 6 months,
5 or 6 months, that means he's never going to be a good player again. That's not.
But the trends in baseball.
He's not that old. He's not like, oh my God, this isn't a 42-year-old coming in and going, yeah, he's completely washed.
You do wonder, like somebody just said, Schwarber and Manny are the same age. No reason he can't match. Well, Schwarber doesn't play the field. Has the toll of 158 games. Has it taken its toll on him at this point in his career? Is he better served just DHing at a 170 average? But you see what I'm saying? Right. Like if you didn't have the rigors of third, or maybe you could play first, would it change something for him? I have no idea, but they're going to have to figure.
Is that a change you would expect him to make mid-season?
No. I think this is mostly for the future, the offseason, and what it looks like. You're going to have to find a way this season to make some quick adjustments on the fly to at least be better than this, because it's been rough for Manny Machado.
Again, dude, it's I'm not in here going to saying you got to hit 30 home runs at $40 million. We've all adjusted our expectations. We've all adjusted our expectations on Merrill, on Tatis, and on Manny. And all we're asking for these guys is, hey, man, make it respectable, right? Salvage your season.
We shouldn't have to adjust expectations for Tatis and Merrill. They should be getting better still. They should be improving. It's disappointing what they've been doing as well for different reasons. I do think, Merrill had some good swings yesterday. We can talk about it coming up here. Tatis is playing better. Manny continues to struggle. That's the one guy where you haven't really seen some signs where it's turning around yet for Manny Machado at all this season.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no signs that, he's hitting the ball hard, he's going to come out of it. You just don't feel it. You don't feel it with him that he's going to come out of it. But I mean, adjusted expectations being, okay, Jackson Merrill's probably not going to hit 25 and Tatis is probably not going to hit 25. But if you guys can come through in clutch situations and drive in runs, Jackson Merrill driving in a run last night, hit the gaps, a lot of doubles, get the slug up a little bit. That's what I mean when I say adjusted expectations. Like I was going into the year thinking Toddy was going to hit 50, Jackson was going to hit 25, Manny was going to hit 30.
I mean, 25.
They're not going to get 50 between them. That's a promise.
25 home runs is essentially, it's 4-ish a month.
Right.
Call it 1-ish a week, one every week and a half. Like they can still get on that 25 home run pace throughout the rest of the season and only get to, 16, 17 home runs. That's fine. I don't care what the total really is at the end of the year. I just start playing better.
Yeah, just get, be the player, from this point on. The numbers may never get there, but
the numbers will be bad.
Hey, if you play like that the rest of the year and get on that pace, nothing crazy, just normal.
One home run
Padres will be fine.
12 games.
David says, I think it is an important distinction. He didn't actually improve his bat speed. He slowed the decline
that we've seen the last couple of seasons.
Correct.
That every player has as they get a little bit older.
Right. So he slowed the decline a little bit. But at the bat speed he's at right now, 74.3. Still very good. Like
very possible to be very effective in Major League Baseball.
It's not 50, 52 or 38 or what. It's still, you should be able to hit. You should be able to hit with that bat speed at the big league level. Okay. And that is an important distinction. I don't want to spread false narratives that he actually improved his bat speed. He just slowed the decline a little bit, which is what all of us old guys want to do at any measure, is slow the decline just a little bit.
What Manny should be doing.
100%. It's what every aging player should
I praise him for making those efforts in the offseason.
Sure.
But now you've got to make it work on the field. All right, we need to check traffic and get to our Padres crap up. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad baseball game. Again, out of context, fine. 3-2 loss to Christopher Sanchez.
Take your lump.
It's just the big picture that's got us all frustrated. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
National City to North Park, San Diego. The northbound 805 is crowded from Plaza Boulevard to past El Cajon Boulevard. With Odyssey San Diego traffic, I'm Joey Blasny.
It's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
crap up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
Garcia swings, lines it into deep left center field. Long run. Merrill not going to get there. It's over his head. One hops up against the little wall in center field. Stott easily scores from third. It's an RBI double to Dolis Garcia. And the Phillies have the first run of the night. It's 1-0. Next pitch hit hard through the left side and a base hit. Francis rounding third on his way. Marsh's throw to the plate will not be in time. The Padres have tied the game, and the streak is over. 2-2. Adam delivers. Real Muto swings, hits it in the air, deep to left center. Sheets is back at the wall, looking up. It's going to go. Long home run to left center field for JT Real Muto. Got on top of a fastball that was probably up and out of the zone and drilled it 422 feet over the big wall in left center field. His third home run of the season, and the Phillies go right back ahead. It's 2-1. Pitch on the way. Schwarber sends it in the air, high and deep to right center field. Bowen is back at the wall. He will watch, and it will go. Kyle Schwarber with his league-leading 23rd home run of the season. For the Phillies, it's their second of the inning. And it's now 3-1. Padres lead it all three. The pitch came in and hit him. A bases-loaded hit by pitch. Tatis will come in to score to make it a one-run game. Duran delivers, and Taylor swings and misses strike three. Ball game is over for the second consecutive night, a 3-2 Philly win. And for the second consecutive week, they will go for the sweep.
Yeah, are we in the movie Groundhog's Day right now? Yeah, two games that mirrored each other last 2 days here in Philly. We're playing a similar team to us. They're kind of going through the similar struggles offensively. They're just getting a few more home runs when they're playing against us. So we got to figure out a way to match them and bring our A game tomorrow.
What did you think of the at-bats there in the seventh inning?
Yeah, best pitcher in baseball right now, and we figure out a way to piece together a run with 2 outs. Ty, great at-bats all day today, great at-bats all season, just keeps it going. And then Jackson, we're starting to see that oppo swing come back a little bit, which is a sight for sore eyes, and he's starting to swing the bat pretty good. So big hit for him, big hit for Ty, score a run, and got the game to where we were tied and thought we had a chance. And you know what? A couple solo home runs, that's what happens.
I'm happy for Ty France. If you had told me in spring training, we're going to be sitting here on June 4th, and Ty France is going to be your most consistent, best offensive player, I'd go, there's no possible way that that's true, but kind of been true for the San Diego Padres. You're just looking for like a better start to the game, not pitching wise. Walker Buehler was great. I mean, great. Had 10 straight, retired after the first inning, was really, really good. But the Padres start the game. Not only do they go 1-2-3, but they lose an instant replay challenge and they lose an ABS challenge in the first inning. Can't do much worse in one inning than what the Padres did in the top of the first yesterday.
It's rare that you can go show your little league team. Big leaguers make mistakes. They do things wrong sometimes. And Miguel Andujar, it was such a perfect example. He'd been needing to work on base running. It was perfect. Anybody watch the first inning of the Padres game? Couple hands shoot up. Did you guys see Miguel Andujar? Yes. Did you notice where he landed on the bag? Yes. Where should he have landed? The front. Where did he land? He landed in the middle. Mudd talked about it on the broadcast too. Really nice lesson for 8-year-olds. But again, if the little things, it just adds up. You keep not doing the little things right, it just adds up, and you lose a baseball game. The course of the game could have been changed with Miguel Andujar on first base. It absolutely could have. You just don't know. But if you do the wrong thing consistently, you're not going to win many baseball games at that level.
Christopher Sanchez could have thrown an immaculate inning. You would have been better off at the end of the first. At least you wouldn't have lost an instant replay challenge and an ABS challenge.
The ABS made me insane.
I don't think. I mean, they still had one at the end of the game, so I don't know that it ended up hurting him. But
it's such a low leverage. It's a 0-1 or 1. What was it? 0-1?
It was 0-1. Would have been 1-1. I think.
God,
yeah.
Man. Yeah,
it was one of those in the old days would have always been called a ball. It was both high and inside, but ticked the top corner of the zone. But nowadays, that's a strike. That's how the ABS system works. That's what Major League Baseball wants. Walker Buehler, best start, I thought, really since he's joined the Padres. I mean, I thought he was throwing really, really well. Unfortunately, he went up against Christopher Sanchez, who was nasty.
Yeah,
and nice at bat, especially there by Jackson Merrill in the 7th inning.
Really nice. Nice to see that.
Jason Adam, of course, who hadn't given up a run since April, 12 in the 3rd inning, scoreless. Didn't have it. Bad pitches. He admitted it after the game. We will continue our discussion. We'll get to an MLB reach around. Hour 2 of 3 coming up next with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. didn't get to the biggest pregame headline yesterday for the San Diego Padres, of course, in our first hour, but we bring it up right now. The DFAing of Nick Castellanos before the game. Padres parting ways with Nick after just a couple of months. Signed him. We were pretty enthusiastic. It was fun to get to meet him at spring training. Had a couple of big home runs early in the season. Really thought he might be a good contributor. He was, he was pulling that ball. He was hitting the ball hard. A little unlucky, like in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, and then just went into a major slump that he has been unable to pull himself out of. And the Padres deciding that they were forced to do something else, calling up Samad Taylor to take his spot on the roster. So Padres will have 7 days to either trade him, probably unlikely. He'll end up getting his unconditional release and can move on to another team if anyone is interested. But your thoughts on Nick Castellanos no longer with the San Diego Padres?
I mean, you can't really be surprised by the decision. It was, a little cold-blooded to cut him in Philly, but, that's the nature of the business. And
I saw that take, and I don't totally understand why it's cold-blooded to do it in Philly.
Because that's who just cut him, and then you picked him up. And
That's
back,
rude.
He's back there. They did a tribute for him.
Well, I know. Should you have cut him before? I thought it was nice that they let him
get the
come
tribute.
back, get
That's
the
fair.
tribute, come back, get the first game. It would have been cold-blooded to cut him right before he got to go back to Philly.
Okay. Yeah,
But
that's another way to look at it.
But
certainly.
I felt like it was a nice thing that they got him to the Philly. They got him the tribute.
Could you not
He
have
got
done
to tip
it?
his cap.
Could you not have done it tomorrow before the Mets series? Did Samad Taylor
could have done it at any time. You used Samad Taylor yesterday. Came in the game and got a chance to look at his speed. He would have had a single if Trey Turner didn't make an amazing barehanded play on a chopper. Really nice just to get him just barely. But, Craig Stammen explained the move. It's not trying to fix the Padres offense with Samad Taylor. They're trying to make the bench more versatile. It's not, you don't need more slow, older outfielders who can't hit. If you're going to have guys who can't hit, let's have guys who can play multiple defensive positions well, who can steal a base, who can pinch run. And those are what, Jace Bowen and Samad Taylor are going to be able to bring you on your bench that Nick Castellanos can't even bring, can't even do that right now, at his stage of his career. If he was hitting, he'd be here. It's not that Nick Castellanos didn't get a chance. If he was hitting at all, he'd be in the lineup every single day.
Well, we've got guys that are not hitting in the lineup, and they're in the lineup every single day, right? But honestly, I blame the other guys. I blame the guys that are collectively slumping because
but there's a reason why the other guys are in the lineup every single day that aren't hitting.
They make a ton of money,
or they're like catchers, or they can play some defense. But Nick Castellanos doesn't have any of those skills that he's bringing to the table, and he's making the minimum. And which makes him the most expendable person if you're trying to reorganize your bench and make it more versatile.
I certainly wasn't surprised. I was not forlorn about it either. It's not to say I don't care, but somebody made the point on Twitter. He's going to make $20 million this year to not work. So that was that. Again, a league minimum deal. Who cares? You tried something. It didn't work. You tried to catch lightning in a bottle. You didn't. You cut bait early, which is, I think, rare for the Padres at times. And so be it. We move on to the next one. I think the catcher position, Ben, what were the stats you had about the catching?
I looked it up.
This is shocking.
It's easy when everybody's struggling just to kind of lump you in. Oh, yeah, they're struggling. Does anybody have any idea how bad the Padres have been offensively behind the plate?
It's staggering.
I looked it up. So we went to Park 101 for our viewing party. Almost it'll be 3 weeks ago on Saturday. And that day, Rodolfo Duran hit the home run.
Yes.
Really cool. Okay, that's exciting.
Almost hit another one.
Since that day, the Padres catchers have one hit.
Since that
day. Combined, the two of them have one hit. That's by Rodolfo Duran, and that came 12 games ago. So in the last 11 games, neither Padres catcher has a single hit in 11 straight games.
That is,
and in almost 3 weeks now. 3 weeks in 2 days, they have one single in 3 weeks from the catcher position. I mean, there's bad, and there is absolutely a black hole of offense, and that's what the Padres are getting behind the plate. But they got more from Martin Maldonado last year than they're getting from their catching core.
Infinitely more. I miss you, Machete. I don't.
Should we once again weigh the pros and cons of Ethan Salas?
I mean, the first thing is you got to get Luis Camposano back, and if he is back, you probably put him in the middle of your lineup right now. He'd be one of your best offensive players, and he would immediately be the biggest possible upgrade you can make at any single position, going from literally nothing at all to a guy who's hitting like 290. I mean, that would be a huge upgrade if the Padres could get him back.
Has there been any recent reporting on
baseball
Campy?
activity? I haven't heard anything more than he's doing baseball activity,
which could literally mean anything.
Which, if you're
putting on his uniform,
if you're an outfielder, you can get back pretty quickly. When you're a catcher, I think the standards have to be a little bit higher. You can't be, 30% and getting back out behind the plate every single day. You're not going to last very long. But I mean, it's ridiculous how little production the Padres are getting from their catchers. Ridiculous.
It's actually ridiculous how little production they're getting from everyone. But yeah, that is a black hole, just a complete and utter black hole, and you just can't have it. Again, this is not even bright siding or glass half full. I am amazed. Now they've lost 8 of 9, so they are slip sliding away. Don't discount the early wins, man. You just can't discount the early wins. Without it, we are in the cellar. If they played this way at the beginning of the year, it is.
I mean, there's a reason
crazy.
Why the Padres still have the 4th best record, and it's not because the Padres are any good. It's because every team has had, in the National League, other than the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Brewers. Every team has had a miserable stretch pretty much at this point in the season. So the Padres are like everybody else. They've had a miserable stretch. They're just going through theirs right now. Cubs are also going through theirs right now. They've lost 8 straight home games. Remember they won 15 straight home games earlier in the season? Now they've lost 8 in a row.
Crazy.
None of it really makes a ton of sense right now.
Red Sox have won 9 home games all season. 9-20.
Jeez.
I believe it. Did they play at home last night?
They may have ended it last night. Yes.
Well, they're 10-20 at home this year, which is it's terrible. It's terrible. There's a lot of teams right now, man, that are feeling like they're circling the drain. And again, with 100 games left to go, there's time to turn it around. But holy cow, David J says maybe Blake Hunt, who is back and
hit a home run yesterday.
Hit a home run yesterday, but you need. I mean, it is literally throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks at this point with Samad Taylor, with Jace Bowen, and maybe potentially a Blake Hunt. Is this one of the? I hope this isn't one of those things. And I wonder, would you do this if you were a GM? And I think you would because you're stubborn.
I'm stubborn.
I think you are. I would go. So if I pulled off that trade last year, the Kolek and Bergert for Fermin. And Fermin was having as poor of a year as he is, I would be like, you're out, man. You got to go. I think you would be like, because one thing we know about you really love to be right. And so I think you'd stay in that thing too long to just hope that Freddie Fermin pulls himself out of it and you can look like it was the right move.
Cut your nose despite your face.
Cut off your nose despite your face.
I don't know that.
I see that.
What are the better options right now? I think Fermin could use a stint in El Paso, even if it's just to experience the thin air and maybe see the ball go somewhere good as opposed to what he's been seeing. Just throwing him out there.
It can't get a whole lot worse.
Just continuing to put him out there and struggle against, admittedly, they're facing some really good pitching.
Sure, but it's the big leagues.
But, maybe just going up against some AAA guys would help him get some confidence back. That's my biggest worry for this team right now. Is they're going to lose so much confidence that then everybody's just in the torture chamber. They're kind of getting there right now. So we will see if they make any other moves. But Nick Castellanos the first. Will it be the start of some more moves? Well, I've made a couple of moves actually in the last couple of days. All right, let's you mentioned the Red Sox, see how they did, and the rest of Major League Baseball. Get to an early MLB reach around. Reach around. reach around.
Everybody doing the
Reach around. Starting in the NL West, where the Dodgers can all of a sudden breathe quite easily.
Weird.
Because the Padres and Diamondbacks are now well back in the standings as they shut out Arizona 7-0 yesterday. Shohei Ohtani is, Shohei Ohtani. He reached base 5 times. He allowed 3 base runners in 6 innings. So he actually, by himself,
pretty good,
got on base 2 more times than the entire Arizona Diamondbacks against him in 6 innings of work. The Dodgers are making their 6-man rotation work, so no one's getting overworked. They are setting themselves up for what they like to do, to be very fresh for the playoffs in October.
And 6-man rotation now, knowing Glass now,
without Snell
and Blake
Glass
Snell
now,
is going to. Every team can do this, guys.
Giants got 7 shutout innings of 1-hit ball from Logan Webb in a rare win. They beat the Brewers 1-0 yesterday.
Wow. Logan Webb was dealing yesterday.
He has been one of the best pitchers in baseball the last few years, has gotten off to a slow start this year.
Nice to see him recover after his PED suspension that no one ever mentions.
Angels used a 6-run second inning to propel them to an 11-4 win over the Colorado Rockies. The New York Mets will be coming into Petco Park, probably already here because I think their series is over. Got a 4-for-4 day from 3 RBI from Bo Bichette to avoid a sweep by the Mariners 7-1, snapping Seattle's 8-game winning streak. The Marlins swept the Nationals 4-1. Max Meyer with 7 innings of 2-hit ball and 1 run in a win for Miami. So the Nationals did not get hot with their 2 wins over the Padres from last weekend. They went back to losing against Miami. The White Sox blanked the Twins 8-0. Eric Fetty and 2 relievers combining on the shutout as Chicago avoids the sweep. Kansas City rallied for 3 runs in the 9th inning to beat the Cincinnati Reds. As I said, a lot of National League teams struggling right now, 5-2. The Cardinals avoided a sweep and tied the Padres in the standings with a 5-3 win over the Rangers. So the Padres now have company. The surprising St. Louis Cardinals atop the NL wildcard standings right now.
And you said this morning the 2 teams are like mirror images.
Both 16-16 at home, 16-12 on the road. I think the Padres are -8 run differential. The Cardinals are -12 run differential, and they've both, I think, been bad lately. Padres are 2-8 in their last 10. The Cardinals are 3-7 in their last 10. But they got the win yesterday, so gives them the slight edge at the moment. The Cubs lost again. The A's got him in 10 on a Nick Kurtz RBI single in the top of the 10th. 5-4, as I mentioned, 8 straight home losses for the Cubs. Astros rallied with 8 runs in the final 2 innings to beat the Pirates 10-9. Another National League team going down in interleague play yesterday. Ozzie Albies hit a 3-run home run for the Braves, his 10th as they topped the Blue Jays 7-3. The Blue Jays did make a trade earlier in the day, acquiring Simeon Woods Richardson from the Minnesota Twins for cash to give them some pitching depth.
No relation.
Dylan Dingler went deep again, 3-run shot, his 14th of the season, as Detroit completed a surprising road sweep of the Tampa Bay Rays. Baseball's crazy. The ice-cold Tigers sweep the red-hot Rays on the road. Dylan Dingler. The Guardians beat the Yankees 5-4. Cleveland will go for a sweep today. The Yankees playing without Aaron Judge. He's dealing with
shoulder.
Yeah, some sort of like a bruise or a bone bruise or something. Yeah. And the Red Sox, as you mentioned, finally got a home win. Peyton Tolley with 6 shutout innings and an 8-1 win over the Orioles. One other MLB note, the Diamondbacks get some bad news. They've had to shut down Corbin Burns after a setback in his return from Tommy John surgery.
Pulled his lat.
Yeah, kind of the Joe Musgrove situation where you're coming back, although I think, he was expected to be back before the All-Star break. And
now
they're hoping September.
Right. It's rough.
Diamondbacks are still half game behind the Padres, but if you look at like Fangraphs, they have a better chance to make the playoffs. They project better according to Fangraphs. I think they're at 41%. Padres are only at 26% now with Fangraphs to make the playoffs, despite the fact that they remain tied for the wild card lead in the National League.
Yeah, there's a lineup out already.
Let's get to it.
Would you like to hear it?
Let's go for it.
Fernando Tatis Jr. will lead off and play second base. Gavin Sheets will be back in the 2-hole playing left field.
This is against Zach Wheeler.
Manny Machado stays in the 3-hole. Plays third base. Ty France at first. Jackson Merrill in center. Bogarts at short.
And Ty France moving up to the cleanup spot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Bogarts is playing short after he took 97 to the elbow yesterday. I thought that thing was going to balloon on him.
Got him right in that elbow guard. Oh, no, wait.
Oh, no guard.
He wasn't wearing one.
Why wouldn't you wear a guard?
I mean, I'm sure there's some guys who feel like it affects their swing, but I would you know what else
affects your swing? A giant knot on your elbow.
I would go up with every possible guard. I'd just be one guard from head to toe.
Dude, when they showed the slowed down replay from a side angle, I was just like waiting for it. I was like,
It's 97.
Ow.
97.
God, right on the elbow.
Right on the elbow. And just gnarly. So he'll play short, and Duhar will DH.
And Duhar getting dropped down with his latest slumps.
Fermin and Bryce Johnson. Again. Why not play Sung Moon, at least a lefty against the right? I have no idea, at this point. Samad Taylor's a righty. Jace Bowen's a righty. Sung Moon Song is your only lefty on the bench, right? Why not against, again, he's no great shakes, but I just don't know. I have no idea. Now we're at the question the lineup period of the season.
I mean, at some point, Craig Stammen is limited by what he's got. Sungmoon Song, let's see. He did have a hit on the 16th of May, so it's only been a half a month since he's gotten a hit. Got to get his bat into the lineup because he's left-handed.
Yeah. So there it is.
You add Sungmoon Song to the catching situation, that's 3 weeks with one hit between the catchers and Sungmoon Song.
Pretty solid.
Not great.
Pretty solid.
All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back, we can get to a little DDT on a Thursday morning. You should not do post videos of your crimes. Never a good idea, especially if you're a prominent sports figure. That is part of Don't Do This coming up next. And then Sammy Levitt will be with us at the bottom of the hour. All coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, San Diego, incredible place to live. We all know it, but we also know it's not getting any cheaper here. Housing, healthcare, taxes, groceries, it all adds up. And when people start thinking about retirement, those expenses usually continue. One fear rises to the top. What if my money doesn't last? That's where Trajan Wealth comes in, TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth's fiduciary advisors help people build retirement strategies designed for today's reality. Here, factoring in inflation, market uncertainty, and the real cost of living. They take the time to understand your goals and your comfort level because no two retirements look the same. Trajan Wealth offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, and they work with people who want confidence and not constant financial stress. I don't like being stressed. If this has been on your mind, start with a conversation. Call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1. Or just go online at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how, and it's time for Don't Do This. It is brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
Remember the good old days, Woods, where if you committed a crime, you tried to, well,
hide it,
not publicize the fact that you committed a crime. Unfortunately, Brandon Ayuk, San Francisco 49ers wide receiver, didn't get that memo. This is actually from an old post back in December, but he posted to YouTube video of him from the driver's seat of his Cadillac CT5V Blackwing on Tasman Drive, just outside the Niners' home practice field.
Yeah,
there in Santa Clara by Levi's Stadium.
This is old, right?
Yeah,
that video's old.
Yeah, it went viral though. He was going well over the posted 40-mile-an-hour
it was going
speed
over
limit. And finally, the justice system moves a bit slowly at times, but it had caught up to Brandon Ayuk yesterday as there was a warrant issued for his arrest on the misdemeanor charge of exhibition of speeding. Not just speeding, but showing that you're actually going well too fast.
Well, and again,
he's driving like it's some sort of F1 race past the stadium, essentially.
They wouldn't have caught you if you didn't post this.
No, or
they didn't pull you over.
Nope, they did not have you. You were not dead to rights. There was no radar gun. There was no witnesses. It was just your own stupidity of posting it online.
It's just incredible. It's just an incredible generation.
Ayuk responded, "Sorry, y'all. My car content won't come with speeding anymore."
Yeah, which is fine. Gets himself in a little bit of trouble. He's, I don't know what the deal is with Brandon Ayuk and San Francisco, but
he's estranged. He's not been with 49ers since late last season.
It's like they're Chucky Lozano.
A little bit.
Yeah. Except Chucky's not posting any crimes.
No, he's just enjoying San Diego.
He just takes selfie and making his money and not playing.
World's best paid San Diego vacationeer.
Literally the greatest gig of all time. Of all time.
He has been paid to
paying you millions.
San Diego vacation.
Just practice by yourself. Kick the ball against the wall. Do whatever it is that you want to do. But
you get this incredible facility that you get to go do your workout. It's like a gym.
Yeah, you have access.
As you go every day. You get to stay at your wherever, amazing residents in the best city on the world. And you're getting paid handsomely to do so.
That's right. That's right.
And they can't do anything about it.
God, I got to get that gig. I've got to get that gig.
Ron says, I've seen Chucky at the zoo.
There you go. Yeah. He's living it up in San Diego. He's rollerblading down on Mission Beach, just having a ball. You guys were watching the NBA Finals last night. I got home, got the kids put away. I go, good, I'll catch the last few minutes. No, nothing. It was already over. The Knicks did win, but you guys were texting about a fan that had run onto the court. So I saw the video this morning. Again, filming your crimes. He did have a cell phone, and he really, I guess, wanted to meet Victor Wembanyama. Wemby. He really wanted to meet Wemby. He was freaking out like when girls saw, John Lennon at Shea Stadium. He runs onto the court. He streamed himself while he did it.
It's crazy to watch.
Wemby! Attention!
Wemby, attention.
I hate that we're even playing it because it's just going to encourage someone else. But what's different? There's always been idiots. How did the idiots get so much money? I mean, what was the get-in price for? I mean, it's an NBA Finals game. It's not Madison Square Garden, obviously. But when did the idiots start having enough money to do this in such prominent ways?
Influencers make a lot of money. And by the way, a lot of influencers, they just invite, right? I'm not saying this guy's an influencer. I'm just guessing.
I have no idea.
But the running onto the court, it takes my breath away because it's so scary. Like, it's so scary, number one. Number two, to be that guy and you're just so hyped. If that's really the purpose, was to just go meet Wemby. I saw people online saying, "Oh, they're probably going to advertise some crypto coin or something." But
it was jarring to see. Like, I was kind of shocked because you see it at football games occasionally, or you hear it if they don't show it on camera. But you see it at baseball games. I don't want to say all the time, but
it's usually I'm hammered. My buddies dared me. I jumped on the field and I ran around like an idiot. Not
the outfield.
Run to a player and go, Wemby.
Like,
attention,
on an NBA court, though, you don't really ever see fans run onto a court like that.
That really is. I think I've just had a revelation here. The biggest change that we've had in the 21st century modern age is that back before all this, idiots with no social use didn't make any money. We felt sorry for them. We had to take care of them because, well, they were idiots that weren't contributing anything to society. But now, those same idiots with a phone and YouTube can all of a sudden make enough money to actually impact us all and be places that we don't want them to be anymore.
The kid was rolling on video while he ran onto the court and tried to get, a selfie, but unfortunately for him,
botched it.
Victor Wembanyama's so tall. He had half a second before he got taken down by security. And Wemby is so tall that everyone took a screenshot and they were like, bro got the worst selfie of all time because it's just from the shoulders down of Wembanyama.
He'd have to be laying on the floor to get a
this guy
selfie.
looks like he's probably, 5'10", 5'11".
He got his chest. He got his chest and his shoulder.
KG's right. It's because of reality TV. We glorified controversy and stupidity.
That's true.
In this culture.
Paulie, the funny thing about that is that kid's actually 6'11", and still he's next to Wemby. But the Knicks did win last night, so do this for Knicks fans.
Paulie, you mentioned that you don't see it as often in NBA games. I
can't remember ever seeing a fan run onto the court.
Less square footage to guard for the security. Like in a football game, you can't cover the whole field. It's 100 yards long. Baseball field is big. Someone jumps in the outfield. The security's not going to be able to stop them from at least sprinting on for a few minutes. Basketball, though, you've got enough security guards where you're every, 10 yards or someone's watching you to make sure you don't do that. So it's rare to see someone actually get in during a game.
Creepy, man.
They had to do a jump ball to, get the game going again. It wasn't just during a timeout either. It was during the game.
All right. Knicks were down 15 in the third quarter, and they ended up winning by 10. They just dominated in the second half.
Finally, a little do this.
DD mega do.
Keep it local. Congratulations to the Auburn Tigers who captured the NCAA Golf Championship at La Costa yesterday here in Carlsbad. They beat UCLA in the match play final 4-1, led by super stud Jackson Coyvin. He's going to be a PGA Tour star in the future is my prediction.
Keeping it local. Congratulations to Auburn
for winning a golf tournament at La Costa.
Yeah, La Costa. It happened here.
That's
Don't
the
people want to
Auburn-
know what's going on here?
Okay.
Is that
Dallas?
the Auburn that you pass on your way to like through Julian?
No.
No.
It's the Auburn,
It's a different
Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, a local team didn't win, but it was played here in our backyard. There's a lot of tier ones that were like volunteering at the tournament, and I'm just giving them a little shout out.
Yeah, as Purple says.
Art gave me a ride in the shuttle last week when I was covering the tournament.
Art
he was a
did?
tier one. Yeah.
Nice.
He
Shout
said
out
his
to
wife
Art.
got him into the show, actually, which was really nice.
Purple says the San Diego Auburns. Congratulations to them.
Here in Auburn.
Yeah.
I wanted to say shout out to Brad Pitt, who filled up at a Mission Valley Chevron in 1991 on his way to Hollywood to reach superstardom.
Hey, it was a good event. It was on TV. It's good for people who want to come and live that Chucky Lozano lifestyle here in San Diego.
Exactly
Free
right.
advertising. And that's
Exactly
don't
right.
and do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we'll take a timeout. Sammy Levitt is in the building. He is going to join us, a little in-season Sammy, before his early Eco Water SoCal pregame show. All coming up next year with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, one more time, guys. Let me tell you something. Again, welcoming Super Sure Insurance to the Ben and Woods program. When you, a business owner, signs your insurance policy, for some brokers, that would be the finish line, right? You shake the hands, pay the commission, you're done. Well, then you may not hear from them again until it's time to renew, of course. But your business is running all year. And those gaps and that risk involved, those don't end. That's why, again, I'm introducing Super Sure to you. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, the CFO, the HR manager, it can be a little bit difficult to just buy a policy online. Super Sure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. And at supersure.com, you can access their tools like the fine print facts, which will translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator. You can estimate what your business is actually worth so you know what needs protecting. Go to supersure.com, one super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Super Sure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance company. He did. Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
With this, and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
You by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Woods, your new advertisements.
Yes.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Super Sure.
Say it. Super Sure Insurance.
Super Sure Insurance.
Super Sure Insurance. Super Sure Insurance. Super Sure Insurance. That's a
It's
a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is. And now that you've said it, it will definitely live in my head for the rest of my life. I know.
I would like you to be spun out
Super
as much
Sure.
as you spin me out sometimes.
No, it's true. It's true. We hit the kids last weekend with the toy boat challenge, and it is like
toy boat. It's
the funniest thing. I got to get audio of it. Them by Super Sure Insurance Agency LLC, a licensed insurance company. Licensed.
You're so worried about this is what happens to me too.
Yes.
You're so worried about the tough part, then you mess up the easier one.
That's right.
Licensed
is not easy for me. I had a hard time in the recorded spot. Licensed. Toy boat challenge, Samuel.
All right,
Hit
Sammy Levitt is here joining us in studio today as he gets ready for an early Eco Water SoCal pregame show at 9:05 this morning. Hello, Sammy. All right.
Hello.
Toy boat 5 times.
Toy boat.
It's
I can do other ones, though. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells seashore shells, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. A tutor tooted a flute, tried to tutor two tutors to toot, said the toot to their tutor. Is it harder to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot?
Save that, all of it, for some reason.
I mean, that makes Peter Piper pick to peck of pickled peppers sound pretty simple in comparison.
Wow. That was
You don't do any vocal exercises?
No, man.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Yeah, I've heard that one. But you had like 3 more lines and verses.
I do like a vocal fry with the alphabet, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Why do you do that? For your voice?
It warms. It gets, I think, some of the gunk out of your vocal cords.
No, I guess I never cared enough about my craft to do it.
I'll do like or like I'll hit my tongue. I used to have a bit of an issue where I think my tongue was a little bit too forward on sounds that your tongue hits the top of your the roof of your mouth. So I'll practice
I used to do it when I was the Seals PA announcer and I had to scream into a mic. I would warm up my throat, but never for this show ever. Vocal exercises.
You never this early in the morning pop on the mic and you feel like you're just off.
He does. He's always like,
you should do some vocal exercise, like Ron Burgundy. I love scotch.
Yeah, I know. I especially in the morning, I can feel it right now a little bit, right in this area, the nose and mouth. I can feel the buildup that's got to kind of shake off. Hopefully, she sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells seashore shells, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. A tutor who tooted a flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot, said the toot to their tutor. Is it harder to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot? Yeah, that wasn't even that good.
She sells Super Sure Insurance down by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So she sells seashore shells, she sells seashore shells. A tutor who tooted a flute tried to tutor two tutors to toot, said the toot to their tutor. Is it harder to toot or to tutor to tutors to toot?
How you doing, Samuel?
I'm good. Groundhog Day.
Yes.
I think Craig Stammen was spot on what he said yesterday. It's there's not. I think the hard thing is there's not a ton to say after these games right now. It's sort of the same thing and the same issues. And look, there have been, I think, the last couple of days, very small details of games to break down, whether you want to talk about Fernando's base running blunder on what day is it, on Tuesday, or you
even
want to
that's hard to do. It's like, don't do that.
Don't do it.
There's your breakdown.
Maryland song sliding over the bag, right?
Or you want to talk about, Adam giving up a couple of home runs yesterday, which was crazy. Only gave up one home run the whole year entering yesterday. Or, yes, you can go into Ty France swinging at the first pitch, whether you like that or not, in that spot in the 8th inning. But it just feels like everything is overshadowed by the offense.
Yeah.
And for good reason. I mean, and I talk about it all the time, and you guys do too. There is nothing, I think, that is more frustrating about a baseball team than when they're not hitting and they're struggling to score. There's nothing that feels uglier, I think, and that's not just the Padres right now, but I think throughout all of baseball. And it's also having brain fog.
Well, I will disagree slightly. Well, I think you're mostly right. If my pitchers can't throw strikes and are just walking a bunch of people,
the freebies,
that to me is the most frustrating thing about baseball.
I had a moment of forgetfulness there. The other part of it too is when you're not hitting, the margin for error in everything else is just so razor thin. Yep. If you're a Jeremiah Estrada, you can't afford to walk the leadoff guy. If you're Fernando, you can't afford to make a base running mistake. Yeah, I mean, it means the margin for error is just so razor thin with everything else. And
we've all seen teams, right? That it's like, man, if at least the top of the order is hitting, we got to get the bottom going. With this team, it's like there's almost no faith in anybody to do anything other than really, at this point, Fernando Tatis is probably swinging the bat better than anybody, and Ty France. But it's not a top heavy lineup. It's not a bottom heavy lineup anymore. It just doesn't even look like a lineup at this point. It's not even a heavy lineup. It's very light, very light.
Yeah, it's frustrating, and I know you guys had sort of a major Manny conversation earlier. Look, to me, I'm going to continue to hold out hope that Manny's going to get this going, because I almost, until we see it over the course of a full 162, where he doesn't ultimately get to the numbers. And by the way, the interesting thing is home runs and RBIs wise, it's actually not in a terrible spot, but it's so, again, overshadowed when you're hitting 170 something. Look, I'm going to hold out hope that he's going to figure this out. If we get to the end of the year and the numbers are what they are, then that's going to be pretty concerning, but we'll see.
If you're hitting 170, you better have, if you're Manny Machado, 25 home runs, right? Like you go, oh man, these guys these days, they just don't hit for average anymore. But these sluggers, and he may,
the pace he's on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 10. So
it sucks. I love Manny, but he's a $40 million player. It can't happen. It just can't happen this way.
Sammy, we brought up the numbers earlier this hour, and I'm always the guy who tends to want to be patient and have some perspective. But it's hard not to argue that the Freddie Fermin trade has been pretty disastrous.
Yep.
The Padres needed catching help last year. I get that, but they gave up a lot. 2 starting pitchers who have both done some good things to the Kansas City Royals. Fermin has just done nothing. And now that Ethan Salas is, coming on in the minor leagues, I mean, you got Fermin control, 4 years of control of Freddie Fermin. He may not play much in these next 4 years. If he doesn't start changing a lot
He's
right
literally
away.
starting today.
Well, because
you'd have nobody else.
But Rodolfo Duran has not. They have one hit from their catching core in the last almost 3 weeks. A single. Since Duran's home run when we were at Park 101, which was 3 Saturdays ago in 2 days, they have one single and nothing in the last 11 games from their catchers. 11 games of offers from their catchers in a row.
There's futility, and then there's that.
Yeah. Look, from both, to your point, Fermin and Duran. And look, Duran's been good defensively and throwing out guys. And on the ABS challenges, I think he's clearly been better than Fermin in that sense. But you're right. From an offensive standpoint, you're not getting anything from those spots. And you're kind of back somehow in that same spot where you look at the bottom third of the lineup. There's not a whole lot going on down there between, Fermin and Duran or Song. And obviously you had guys
Song doesn't have a hit in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you had guys like Castellanos down there. Obviously that won't happen anymore. Now you've got, Jace Bowen and those types
Bryce
of guys
Johnson's
down
starting
there.
today.
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting a whole lot from the bottom third. And make no mistake, that is certainly part of the reason in an overall sense why they've lost 8 of 9. And it's been a really rough stretch is the fact that your big guys still aren't firing on all cylinders, and you're not getting as much production from the other guys, the Andujars and even Gavin Sheets. And
those guys carried us to so many wins.
Absolutely.
Early in the season.
They've I think the Padres have lost 4 consecutive 1-run games.
Yeah.
And I only bring that up because they were just finding ways to win those in the first month and a half. And to be honest, I think these games against the Phillies have been like sort of because the Phillies can't hit either.
Yeah.
They've been kind of a good example of sort of, I don't know if you want to put it as the luck running out on the Padres, but just the danger of living in these close games because these games have been all super low scoring and tight. It's remarkable. They've combined these two teams for 23 runs total in the 5 games between them, and the Phillies have won them all. I mean,
crazy,
all these games are super, super close, but the Phillies are finding ways, and when you're living in these really low-scoring, tight games, and if you don't get the big moments late to figure out a way to go win them, it's a tough way to live, and I think we're seeing the other side of it right now.
Yeah, Woods brought up an interesting point that Kyle Schwarber and Manny Machado are the same age, but Schwarber doesn't have to play the field. I mean, what toll is that taking on Manny? Right now the field is the only place you're getting, production out of Manny Machado.
And I thought you made a good point earlier, actually. And again, I'm so hesitant to even start this conversation on Manny until we get to the end of the year. But you make a good point, whether it's DHing more or a position change or reworking who he is a little bit, which sounds crazy for a guy that's been as consistent as Manny. If this season doesn't improve dramatically, you do wonder a little bit of, okay, is Manny Machado going to have to get back in the lab a little bit and figure out what am I going to look like as a player for my age 34 to 40 seasons? And he's on contract through all of that with the San Diego Padres. So it's a good point. And I do, I know people are frustrated with Manny right now, but I do have faith that he is a savvy, smart enough baseball player where he's not only going to figure it out this year in a sense. I mean, it's getting to a point where it may be difficult to pull himself all the way out of it, but that he will figure this out one way or another to continue being productive. But obviously it has not looked particularly pretty right now.
Well, Sammy, I hope that just for your sake that maybe you get a 4-2 game or, something different today. So it's not Groundhog Day.
Padres they're facing another tough customer in Zach Wheeler. Can I quickly just, I was watching you on the news last night and I was really thinking about this. You did a fabulous job. I really want to say, I really admire all 3 of you.
Oh, thank you, Samuel.
For all different reasons. Quickly.
Thank you.
Stephen Woods.
Yes.
So your life, your marriage, you have a wonderful wife, 2 beautiful kids, came a little bit later in life.
Yes.
I'm sort of heading towards that same trajectory. I'm in my 30s now. I'm not particularly close to getting married and kids. Maybe it'll come at some point, but it looks like it'll be a little bit later for me, probably.
No hurry.
Yeah.
Right?
Love it.
Yeah.
Ben Higgins. I mean,
Steady Eddie, baby.
Yeah,
the steadiest Eddie
hardest
there is.
worker,
Yeah.
news, sports, radio. The guys.
Weather soon.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And then Paul Reindl, another, hard worker, the glue of this show.
Yep.
I think. I mean, what is Ben and Woods without Paulie? His tireless work, his creativity.
Yes.
Again, very steady guy,
It's a
great
steady
personality.
Show. Very steady show. It's not too up and
all
down.
All three of you. I can pull things away from all three of you that
Thank you, Samuel. I'm blushing
deeply.
Yeah,
I don't like compliments.
I'll make sure to get you your Venmo after this.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks on the victory. How big of a Knicks fan were you growing up?
We were such a big baseball family. My dad really wasn't into football, wasn't too much into basketball, not hockey at all. And we grew up super close to the Islanders.
Yeah.
So I like the Knicks. I've got more into it with this team in particular. I've always liked the Knicks, but we were baseball.
I haven't given you much to be excited about in your life.
No.
The last time they were leading a finals was the OJ chase.
OJ was on the
OJ chase.
Yeah. I mean, they're I will say this, and I always disagree with people on this. The Knicks are huge right now, but this idea that the Knicks are always number one in New York, I think, is overblown. They were really bad for a long time, and I think kind of irrelevant.
Yeah. Sammy, thank you so much. All guests appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. Sammy will be back in just over an hour with the EcoWater SoCal pregame show. We'll come back with some real or fake Saris in our final hour of the short show this morning on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are 2/3 of the way done here. Ben and Woods this morning, getting you ready for some early Padres baseball. What you choose to do with it is up to you at this point. The game's going to be on. You can, listen here on 97.3 The Fan. You can watch it on television if you're so inclined.
I'm probably going to go get some breakfast with my son since it's a little early,
Nice.
then watch the game, and then I'm playing golf with my dad.
Oh, so you're off
this
today?
afternoon. Yes,
Oh.
I took the day off.
How nice for you.
Needed a day off. I've been working a lot lately.
Burned out?
Yeah. I've only played, I haven't really played since I got back from Bandon. That was, almost 4 weeks ago.
To be fair, you did play 170 holes
and I've taken my nice little
days.
break, but I'm ready now to get back onto the course. So,
Woodsy, that's Paul Reindl, executive producer, and Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. I, too, am having, I guess you'd call it brunch, wouldn't you, at 11 with Carlos Quentin. Very excited. Going to pick his brain about some baseball stuff.
Are you going to be ordering a breakfast item or a lunch item?
Probably breakfast, to be honest. I'm craving breakfast.
I never order the lunch items from the brunch menu. I always order the breakfast items.
Yeah.
I think breakfast is the superior meal.
I do too, always. But I haven't asked you yet. How did your strawberry cream pie go yesterday? Because it's 8:00, and I still haven't heard. Your boss, it's birthday celebration for the month of June, and you do it at the beginning of the month, and your boss is brought in a cream pie for everyone.
Big strawberry cream pie in the break room.
What's it? Okay, what's it look like? What's in it?
So come enjoy some strawberry cream pie. I don't know where it was procured.
Is there
I didn't
a
see
crust?
The box. It was good. It was one of those graham cracker crumble, very buttery and rich, delicious crusts. And then there was like a layer of like a strawberry pudding layer, and then a layer of like sugared strawberries, and then a whipped cream layer on top. And I have to say, sometimes office desserts can be a little disappointing. Like, it's a grocery store birthday cake. It's like, it's fine, but it's nothing special. This was one of the better desserts that I have had at the office, at least in my life.
Was it a homemade cream pie?
I don't think it was homemade. It looked like it came from some sort of bakery somewhere.
But it was a good cream pie.
But,
You ever had a bad cream pie?
I tried to be very responsible.
No.
I went in, the email came out and said, hey, we've got, cream pie in the break room. It was celebrating all the birthdays.
Right.
So I did what, I usually do, is be discreet for like 4 minutes, because you don't want to be the first person to rush in
fat
after
boy.
the email. So
Fat boy
I get
in there with your plate.
and, about a quarter of it's gone. A couple of people have already gone in.
You also don't want to be too late, though.
No, you don't want to be too late. And so
you get the remnants.
That email hits your inbox. You're welcome.
I took a very reasonable, smallish slice, like nothing huge, and took it back to my desk, and I started eating it, and it was delicious. And about 2 hours later, I started thinking, I wonder if there's any more, because I didn't bring.
So one cream pie wasn't enough.
I didn't bring dinner with me.
Pies.
So I went back 2 hours later, and it was still sitting there. It was mostly gone, but you know how those pies can just get mangled in the work. So I just kind of scooped up from different sections and gave myself. It was pretty much just a big mess of like pie, a pile of pie,
cream.
Yeah. And I had a second helping of that. It was no longer pie shaped, but it tasted delicious. Still.
I've never cared ever.
It doesn't really matter. I mean,
never cared what my pie looks like on the plate.
Triangular wedge
I don't even
is
care.
gorgeous, but at some point you realize you want it all mixed up together anyway.
100%.
So.
I have
break it up.
I've never. It's been so long since I've had a piece of pie that actually stayed in form. Like stayed in shape.
Well,
and if it falls
for
apart,
Instagram,
who cares?
You want to take a nice picture of
I
it.
don't post my food.
If really it's fresh, like hot, it's nearly impossible.
It's almost impossible. Hey, can you? I just made this pie. We have to wait 45 minutes for it to set. Absolutely not. I will eat it as is right now.
The pie just came out of the oven. We're gonna eat it tomorrow.
Although, if you have like like an apple pie, like a normal apple pie with a crust, and you cut it into it too quickly, and then all the it just oozes out, and now it's in the pie tin.
You do have to let it sit.
Yeah.
So you do have to let it gel a little bit, or you're not going to get any of the pie in your scoop.
I still don't care.
The crust.
I still don't care.
I'm the worst
pie innards are just like sitting there.
It doesn't matter if it's pie. It doesn't matter what kind of food it is. It could be pizza. It could be, I'm trying to think of like a lasagna. If you cut that before it's set, that's miserable. But I am so bad at that. I'm just like, it's ready. It's out of the oven. It's hot. I don't want it to cool down. I want to eat it now.
Yeah, like the pumpkin pies, those keep their shape. I'm talking mostly like the fruit filling pies, the cream cheese.
Pumpkin cream pies?
I don't know.
A pumpkin pie is essentially a pumpkin cream pie. I mean, you're adding some sort of dairy to it to make it set, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Eric wants to know: are we only talking about pie? What about cake? Well, obviously, cake keeps its shape.
It does.
But the problem
sometimes
the problem with cake is at the office, they'll have the one, like whatever that cake cutter is, and then once you start cutting it, and then the frosting then gets stuck on it, and it just ends up becoming like a bigger and bigger mess until there's more cake on the serving tool than there actually is getting onto your plate.
Transcript says brownies are ready. Let them cool. Nah, 100%. I'm deep in that thing. Like it's like it's just hot fudge at that point. The other thing I learned too, I've gotten pretty good at finally pan searing and oven finishing a steak, and it is so ridiculously important to let it get to let it thaw, not thaw, but before you put it in,
you got to take it out and get it to room temperature.
Get it to room temp, which is excruciating because it takes a long time. Then after you cook it, you got to let it sit.
Rest.
You got to let it rest.
You got to let the
juices
seize back up a little bit, or once you cut it out, you'll lose all the juiciness.
You don't want to ever lose the juiciness. No. Ever. Never. But that's good. So you enjoyed your strawberry?
It was probably one of my favorite work desserts I've ever had.
Now I am.
Yeah.
I'm fiending. I am a sucker for. You could put a turd in a graham cracker crust, and I could probably get it down.
That was a good graham cracker
with the
crust.
crumbles on top. I mean, I can probably get it down. That's a nice workplace that you're at. Your boss bringing cream pies in for everyone. It's great. I wonder what pastry Adam's going to bring in for us today.
True. Yesterday's muffins were good.
He set a precedent.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to require it at least once a week.
We don't even have any wings to
There's
look
no
forward
wings
to
to look
at 9
forward
o'clock.
to.
What are we just going to have to starve today?
I guess.
Quick Padres sale update for you from yesterday. Rob Manfred.
This was weird, was it not?
Rob Manfred was asked, and I believe it was Evan Drellick who reported that the sale is not ready. Rob Manfred said that the sale is progressing, but they still have some more steps, and the owners will not be able to vote on it at their current meeting, and they will probably
that
do
was supposed
so.
to happen like this week, right?
They will probably do it sometime this summer, which
probably
sometime this summer, which is that's a wide range of time.
But up until yesterday, the timeline we had heard reported was early June, I think this week or next.
Yes. I think Kevin Acey said it probably wasn't the owner meetings that are happening like this week might be too soon, but they might do a conference call later in June. Rob Manfred made it seem like it's going to be longer. I mean, summer doesn't even start until June 21st. Now, technically, first day of summer, they could vote on it, but it could also be September 20th would still be technically the summer. And he said, as Woods pointed out, probably. So
can I ask a practical question? If the first day of summer is June 21st, why are my kids getting out of school on June 8th? I think we should follow the rules here. Should we not?
Well, they go back to school well before September 21st, though.
Oh, they will.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
that's
all right.
on
the back end of that,
I'll give you that.
You'll be okay. I don't know if this is going to, if it is delayed at all, if it's going to affect much.
Well, I would
imagine
that it would.
Well, if the sale was approved on the timeline that we originally kind of had planted in our brains, and let's say they voted this week and it gets approved, would things have been able to change, before the trade deadline?
Well,
trade
deadline
salary and stuff like that.
The main thing.
I think, let's be clear. I'm sure Jose E. Feliciano and Kwanzaa Jones are in constant communication with their kind of plans and wishes. If they think it's going through, the actual date of the change is probably not that relevant. I saw someone saying, how is this going to affect free agency for the Padres? My answer to that would be probably not at all, because I doubt there's going to be no free agents until probably February or March.
Well, also there's no baseball
next year with a lockout. So even if there is, a CBA that is reached eventually, this is going to be the quietest offseason in terms of signings.
Major League Baseball
since the last lockout.
Major League Baseball is like, hey, we know our offseason already is terrible and excruciating. Let's see how much more terrible and excruciating we can make it.
But like if AJ worked out a trade like this afternoon and it required like taking on some significant payroll that maybe he hadn't budgeted for.
You have to go to
does he go to Seidler? Does he go to
he goes
Feliciano?
Current owners.
Right?
Current.
It's still John Seidler.
Feliciano can't sign off on anything right now. Right?
But does he have to sign? Does he sign off on something that'll impact his tenure?
I think if Jose, if like they came to him and they came to John Seidler right now and they say we would like to pull off a trade, it's going to require adding $4 million in payroll the rest of the season. I'm sure that both John Seidler and Jose Feliciano are going to have a say in what happens from this point. I don't think, John Seidler, well, I'm still in control of the team, so it's a hard no.
Right.
It's just if Jose Feliciano says, no, I want this to happen, I promise you I will cover it as soon as we are approved, I think you could still get it done.
It's just that weird transition period. It feels like, your move-in date is June 1st and their move-out date is also June 1st.
Right.
Like they're still there. You're like, well, it's our day. We got the keys. No, we're still wrapping up here.
I mean, I did see it was a blurb from a piece, and I think it was either Rosenthal or maybe Buster Olney that was like, hey, the new ownership is expected to take some of the restrictions of previous deadlines away from AJ Preller, because he has been operating under some restrictions. And
absolutely.
So that would be something that would be very interesting to me if I were,
but
a
unless
Padre
they
fan
feel
or AJ
like
Preller.
the sale could fall through.
Right.
I don't think at this point they know they're getting $3.9 billion for the team. It's like, it's your team now. You're the ones that are making the long-term decisions, not us.
Any chance they're trying to get out of this deal after watching this recent play? Buyer's remorse. Any chance? None. All right. Okay. I'm just asking the question.
All right, let's take a timeout because we need a state game of real or fake if you want to play and qualify for our grand prize staycation at the Town and Country in Mission Valley. You can dial us up right now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. First this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now and mention radio for a free month of pool service. Back with Real or Fake, and then Eno Saris with some smart baseball ahead of morning Padres Phillies baseball here on 97.3 The Fan. Yes, I know it seems odd that I would talk about strawberry cream pie and then talk about SDFatLoss.com, but that's the great thing about the SDFatLoss.com weight loss program. You don't have to be perfect. Even when I was losing the weight and I lost 40 pounds in 60 days 3 years ago, I had a whole cheat weekend. I went crazy. We were on vacation. And then I got back to it, and I still lost 40 pounds in 60 days. Think about that. It's 2 months. Take out an entire weekend where I think I gained like 5 pounds that weekend, and I still lost 40 pounds. Yeah, you can lose weight fast, and you can lose weight sustainably by following the doctor-developed strategies, the metabolism-building, the muscle-preserving strategies at SDFatLoss.com. It's all based on real food, no exercise necessary, nothing extra to buy, no food, no bars, no shakes, just sustainable weight loss. You need to set up a free consultation now to find out how it's going to work for you. Up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in 60 days by going to SDFatLoss.com. And when you sign up today, spring special, it's still spring. Liz's kids are still in school. You can get $200 off right now by starting the program to lose weight, new you, by the time it really heats up here in San Diego. Again, go to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
One of my favorite parts of Real or Fake is every week I try to just look in your eyes and see if I can guess what the Real or Fake topic will be, because I don't know.
No, I don't send it to you because you're the phone a friend.
That's right.
So Paulie has the answers.
Auburn Tigers football
Auburn
trivia.
golf. No. Auburn golf fun fact.
You will find out momentarily.
Okay.
Looks like we got a contestant on the line. First, though, want to do a little Tier 1 birthday shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Very special Tier 1 who's been listening since she was 4 years old.
That's right.
All the way through our run. Natasha, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, beauty.
Natasha.
She's a
I can't
doll.
believe she's 12.
12,
I
dude.
don't like that.
Caesar, congratulations.
I don't like
you
this.
have
It makes me feel
one
old.
more year and you'll have a teenager.
I know. Just insane. Just
That
insane.
is crazy.
He'll send us videos like on our birthday or something. It's him and Natasha always saying hi or
So
checking in. And everyone that I get, a couple of months at a time, she's grown like 4 years.
Taller. Yep.
Just looking like a young woman. I'm like, no, I'm old now.
Yep.
She was a baby when this show
She's a
started.
baby. Yeah. I have a video of her and Bo playing piano together.
Oh.
And it's insane to think how they've both grown up so fast. Nuts.
Caesar's got some stressful years coming up. I think, too.
Big time.
Yeah,
big
it's gonna
time.
be a little tough.
Yeah, we all do. But.
All right, we got a contestant on the line. It is Thursday. Let's play a little Real or Fake.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. You can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
The people, in this case, Johnny, has a chance to qualify for our new grand prize. It is a staycation at the Town and Country Resort in Mission Valley, along with a $250 food and beverage credit. Work on your resting vacation face this summer at Town and Country Resort. 3 pools and a 4-story water slide named Twister. Make Town and Country a family favorite. Rates start at $199 per night exclusively for fan listeners. Just go to towncountry.com/thefan to book now. Johnny, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, boys. How you doing?
Good, man.
We're good. Woods doesn't know what the topic is. He's about to find out. First, Take on Woods / Real or Fake, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. All right, Woods, you're always telling us about your Cox, but let's see if you really know your own cable lineup.
Okay.
Today on Real or Fake, I will give you a name. You tell me if it's a real network TV channel carried on the Cox Contour preferred cable lineup.
I would have never guessed
here in
it.
San Diego. Or a fake I've come up with for today's game. So, Johnny, you need 4 out of 7 right. Real or fake TV networks, essentially.
Johnny, I'm a Cox expert, so here we go.
All right, let's play round number 1.
Well, Johnny, how well do you know Cox?
We'll see right now.
I live in Temecula, so we don't have
I mean,
Cox there.
you probably have similar channels, but here we go. Round number 1. Aspire, real or fake Cox cable channel?
Let's go real.
It is real. Very good.
Love
All right,
the
that's
Aspire
one.
channel.
You hit the Aspire channel.
Love it.
I think it's like black culture and stuff. So,
One
all
of my
right, that's
favorites.
1. All right, let's go to round number 2, Johnny. Real or fake? Justice Central, real or fake cable network? Justice Central.
Sounds made up.
It
Go
does.
fake.
Fake.
That's why I included it.
Damn
It's
it.
very made up.
Sounds
But yeah,
so
it's one of
fake.
those court TV type things. But Justice Central is
Yeah, you're
real.
right. 1-1.
All right, let's go to round number 3. Lucy, real or fake TV network? Lucy.
I know I Love Lucy is like on syndication somewhere all over the place, right? So I'm assuming it's maybe that channel devoted to that. So I'll say real.
That's why I put it in there.
Damn
It's
it.
fake. Oh, I'm outthinking everybody
Yeah,
today.
this
That's
is
all right.
a real chess match.
All right, we got round number 4. You got 1 right. You need to get 3 of
That's
the
all
last
real
4
or fake
correct.
has come to these days.
It's a chess match.
just a
It
chess
is.
match with
That's
Ben.
right.
All right, let's go with America Plus News. Real or fake? America Plus News. Real or fake, Johnny?
I'm going to use Woodsy on this one.
I'm going to say fake on that.
Thinks fake. Johnny, I need your final answer.
I'll say fake.
Oh, you've outthought me this time. That is fake. All right, so that's 2. We got 3 rounds left. You need 2 correct. Round number 5. Motor Trend Network. Real or fake, Johnny? Motor Trend Network.
Let's go real on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it is real.
Yes,
Very
here we
good.
go.
All right, we're just
Little
one away from a
MTN.
win now. Nice little comeback from Johnny. Round number 6 for the win. Recipe TV. Real or fake, Johnny? Recipe TV.
Oh, my goodness. All this talk about cream pies.
Yeah, no.
I already used Woodsy, right? Can only
You
use the one?
did. You did.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I feel like he knows this one.
feel like I do.
I'll say fake.
I was
It is
not
real.
real.
It is one of the food channels that they have. So
right, here
it
we
comes
go.
down to this.
Game
Round 7. For all the marbles, Johnny, real or fake cable channel on Cox? Magnolia. Real or fake? Magnolia.
It's like the I Love Lucy one. It's the Magnolia Farms, but I don't think they did that. I'll say fake.
I think it's real.
Oh, no. It's real.
It's real.
Yeah, it's your buddy Chip Gaines and his wife Joanna's network of home improvements.
Settle down to me, buddy. Bit.
Didn't you go to college, high school
Went to
together?
high school with him,
Right.
but yeah.
You and Chip. You
Yeah.
hang
We
out at
ran
the
in
mall?
different circles.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right.
But we grew up on the same street. We played together when we were in.
He was a soch
It's a
and you were a
buddy.
greaser.
That's right. He was like 5th and 6th grade, but told you his dad looked just like Pete Rose. The spitting.
My dad looks just like Lou Piniella.
Yeah. If you, yes. If you walk in his home, you're like,
I don't know what my dad looks like.
why? Oh.
Get some 1970s Reds dads.
You walk in his house, you're like, why is Pete Rose here? Why is Pete Rose making a turkey sandwich in the middle of a July day?
I've told you, we were at Padres games before. People would ask for my dad's autograph. They get mad when he wouldn't give it to them.
Yeah. I'm not Lou Piniella.
I mean, he's managing like the Cincinnati Reds somewhere
today.
else today. Why would I, Lou
Taking in a
Piniella, be
ball game?
sitting here taking in a Padres game?
Dad
in the
brought my
middle of the
kids,
summer?
took the day off. Took the day off. I'm going to come watch the Padres. A little advanced scouting.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry that we couldn't pull out a win for you. We'll have our last game, our wild card round of Take on Woods tomorrow for you. chance to qualify for the staycation. All right, last time out of the show, and we're going right into the pregame show. But before that, we will hear from Eno Saris from The Athletic, some smart baseball, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He did. Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Final segment of Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Yeah, we're going to take you right up until Sammy's Eco Water SoCal pregame show. Padres and Phillies. 10:05 first pitch. It will be Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies and Lucas Giolito on the mound for your San Diego Padres.
Need a little bit better outing out of Mr. Giolito, as you call him, today, as opposed to last.
You say that as though other people... Giolito. Lucas Giolito. Just feel like we're saying it kind of the same.
No, we're not.
Giolito.
Lucas Giolito.
Yeah, I'm grasping at straws at this point. It's supposed to be warm today in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Maybe, ball carries a little bit, get some offense going for your San Diego Padres. Have no idea if that is true or not, but we will find out this morning at 10 o'clock. And either way, tonight we won't have to worry about it. The game will be over, and one way or the other. And tomorrow we'll talk to Craig Stammen about all of it as the Padres open a new homestand against the New York Mets tomorrow night at Petco Park. All right, Paulie, are we ready to go?
No,
we are not ready to go. We're still tracking down Eno Saris.
I wouldn't call into this show if I'm Eno Saris either right now. What are you going to ask him?
He has a piece.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a piece about injury-prone MLB organizations.
Ooh.
Is it bad luck or a system issue? Now, I know Padres fans probably think your team's on there. They're not. They're not one of the teams that have lost anywhere near the most amount of days to the injured list over the last at least 2 or 3 years that they've gone back and kind of looked at that. I'm sure there are things that you can do to try to keep guys healthy, but I think luck is also a huge factor in injuries in Major League Baseball.
For sure.
I think, and there's also a difference, like position player injuries. You get hit by a pitch in the face, like Jake Cronenworth. It's not an organizational problem.
You get knocked out at first base if you're Luis Arraez last year.
Again, not an organizational issue.
But is it an organizational issue if you rush that player back onto the field? Just in those cases, if you did. That could be something that you could look at. But, yeah, man, luck plays a big part of it. What do you do after the injury, I think, is something else entirely. Again, not saying the Padres did anything wrong.
But
you ask the player.
Of pitching arms, are you overusing guys? Are you bringing them back too many days? Even if the numbers look good, looking for some patterns there to see what they can kind of glean. Because health is one of the most important factors in a successful season.
No question.
This particular season for the Padres, they lost 2 key pitchers in Musgrove and Pivetta. I don't think that's what's really damaged their side, though.
No.
It's offensively, and they've been fairly healthy. Yes, Jake's been out, but for the most part, the guys that you want on the field have been on the field. They just haven't been producing. So you can't really blame injuries for any of the struggles that we've seen lately for the San Diego Padres. I guess Luis Camposano being out has actually been surprisingly impactful.
Massively,
for the Padres for these last 3 weeks or so. They could definitely use his bat in the lineup, especially how little they've gotten from the catching position. We've discussed that on the show this morning, but we will see. Still no Eno, huh? Just can't track him down.
Not answering.
Maybe you forgot.
It's that time of season where
he did text me back.
He did.
Well, earlier when I said, "Hey,
this
still
morning."
good.
So, got distracted, moved on to something else.
Okay. I like that he retweeted the Joey Votto video. Did you see that yesterday going around?
Joey Votto was ahead of the game, wasn't it? When it came to, I just never believe anything Joey Votto says anymore.
It's true. I'm with you. But apparently in 2015, so that 10 years ago, he hired an analytics specialist on his own to map pitcher stuff, umpire tendencies, and was all to help benefit him at the plate and better control the strike zone. He slashed 320, 449, and 577 in the years he mentioned using the data. So, again, you think of Joey Votto, it's an old school baseball player, man. Hit it where they ain't. right? No, it's not. It's not gut and feel. It's him knowing how to use those numbers to his advantage and being really good at controlling his bat and his bat path and his pitch selection.
And you can see that it was smart because every team now uses that and far more data, I'm sure, than Joey Votto was using. Just like Tony Gwynn was the only player in Major League Baseball
the only one
who watched video.
The only one
of pitchers and his own swing. And
which is crazy.
He had to do that on his own. Mike Howder, who was a photographer at Channel 10 for many years that I worked with, was Tony's video guy and would like record the games and set up a cart, like an AV cart for Tony with a TV and a VCR so he could go back and look and watch the video. And I mean, it seems so obvious now why that was such a benefit for Tony Gwynn.
Yeah.
You can analyze pitchers. You can analyze your own swing. You go, I didn't realize I was doing that. Games weren't on TV as ubiquitously as they are today. You might not get to see yourself very often as a Major League Baseball player in the 1980s, but he used that as an advantage.
It's great. It's crazy that no one in baseball was like, hey, with the advent of the camcorder or, cameras that are more mobile, you didn't need the big giant TV setup. With the advent of that, why don't we record our guys at bats so they can see what they look? It's crazy that it had to be a player.
It seems so obvious now, but it wasn't. It was revolutionary back at the time.
Yeah.
Training was revolutionary, back
nutrition
at the time. Nutrition. And it all seems so obvious now.
It really does.
Really. You really thought that I think it was Mudd. They were joking about how pitchers would prepare for a start. He said, they'd sit in their locker with a cigarette and the crossword puzzle.
Yeah.
And they would do get in the right headspace for their start. Not analyzing like the lineups and the hitter tendencies and who they're going to be facing. No, cigarette and a crossword puzzle.
Yeah,
and that's how guys prepared for their starts that day.
Matt says it's super funny how resistant some Padres fans are to players using tech, citing old schools the right way, then pointing to Gwynn as the guy. He was pushing the tech boundaries then. And you think about, are there analytically driven teams that are terrible? Yeah, there are, because you still have to execute. But the Dodgers are like one of the most.
Every team's analytically driven now.
Correct.
To a certain extent.
But you know what I'm saying? Like they need they go above and beyond. The really good teams go above and beyond. And it's just, can they consume it to make it work for them?
And we've gone even beyond that. I mean, biomechanics, we get the PLNU Padres Biomechanics Lab, where they're trying to find, what is the next advantage that's going to seem obvious to us in 10 years that no one's doing right now.
Right.
That we can figure out, because it only helps you if you do it before everybody else.
Correct.
If you're just catching up with everybody, well, then you're competing against teams that are doing the same thing. You're not giving yourself any advantage. You have to be on the cutting edge and try to figure out what that next thing is before everybody else gets to that next thing.
Precisely.
I saw the Padres trying something new this year. I don't think we've really talked about it. I tweeted about it the other day. The Padres have been, at least in my mind, much more aggressive in throwing over to first base, using their 2 disengagements and not worried so much. The first couple of years when they had the new rules, teams were like afraid to throw over the second time because it was then, now they can just steal freely. And the Padres this year have gone, we're going to go ahead and use those 2 and see what happens. Maybe they're confident in, Fermin and Duran, keeping those guys, throwing them out. They want to dare them to go a little bit, towards second base. But they've been, at least in the last
bunch of pickoffs
compared to the last 2 years, they've been more aggressive in throwing over to first. They even tried it a third time, like thinking they could get a guy, knowing, hey, they can't throw over again. Well, you can. It's a balk if you don't get him out. But if you tag him and pick him off, it's still an out. So I don't think it's really necessarily been a difference maker for the Padres, but I clearly think it was something they discussed in the offseason or spring training, that they wanted to try to be more aggressive in keeping runners close. And if that means, hey, we'll throw over twice, even before like the first 2 pitches of a count, we're going to go ahead and do that and be aggressive.
Yeah, 100%. I had to laugh when I saw the headline yesterday about Zach Wheeler. And it says, Wheeler eyes bounce back outing after 4-homer barrage in L.A. And I thought to myself, I think you're good. A 4-homer barrage from the San Diego Padres would be a miracle, like walking on water feeding millions miracle at this point. A 4-homer barrage. Now, again, it's the LA Dodgers. It's going to happen. They're really good home run hitters, but
well, part of the fact the Dodgers have essentially they get at least eight extra at bats to try to hit a home run because their 8 and 9 hitters can hit home runs.
Correct.
Whereas the Padres 8 and 9 hitters today being Bryce Johnson and Freddie Fermin pretty much have almost zero chance of hitting a home run.
I'll say this. If they both homer today, I will shave your head with one strip down the middle. And you'll let me.
Probably.
Because you have no choice.
Both of those guys have
Both of those guys have to homer.
In the game. It doesn't have to be back-to-back.
No. Just homer.
I mean, it's an offensive ballpark-ish. It's a warm day in Philadelphia.
He is
get it right down the line.
Wheeler is having a really, really good season. He's not punching out as many guys as he used to.
He started it a little late, right?
Yep.
Because of injury.
But he's holding opponents to a 183 batting average and a 565 OPS. So best numbers of his career in those two respects. So again, you really have a tough road ahead of you with a struggling offense and the Philadelphia Phillies pitching staff. I guess the only thing is you hope Giolito can hold them to. They're also offensively inept a little bit right now, just scoring one more run than the Padres seemingly every game.
Yeah, I got to keep them in the yard. And the Padres were doing it pretty well. I thought they pitched Schwarber really well in this series until Jason Adam gave up the home run in the 8th inning yesterday. They were striking him. I mean, Buehler got him twice.
Yeah.
I think looking.
Yep.
And then they intentionally walked him to be careful. Not that Trey Turner can't beat you, but you're always going to go with the righty matchup against Trey Turner, then give Kyle Schwarber a chance against a righty in that situation. Yep. So Buehler I like the strategy.
Man. He did. He competes.
I didn't see the velocity, but it felt
Somebody
like
said
it was
97 at one point.
I definitely felt like mid-90s for sure.
I mean, he pitched well against Sanchez last week. And I know we say against Sanchez, it's kind of a stupid thing to say in baseball because the pitchers don't really battle each other. But still, he kept you in that ball game against a very good, ace in Sanchez, and he did it again last night.
Sure did.
And it just sucks, man, that you're going up against a guy as good as Christopher Sanchez has been because you feel like he kind of spoiled a couple of really good starts from Buehler.
Yeah, no doubt.
Baseball is designed. I know I see break the broom out from Rod, and that could very well happen. End of a road trip, you get bodied, and you just got to get home. But
can we win one game against the
baseball?
Phillies?
Baseball is designed. The Phillies used Duran the last 2 games. The closer, you'd think he's probably not available. They're not going to have their best bullpen guys out there. Mason Miller, pretty fresh. Can't even remember the last time we saw him. Now, was that 4-out save against the Washington Nationals is the last time we saw him, but he's essentially pitched once in the last 10 days.
Last Friday?
Yeah, so Friday, I think.
Friday.
Yeah, last Friday. So it's been almost a week. Very fresh for Mason Miller, probably rusty at this point. So he'll, if he gets out there, probably walk the first guy.
Oh, yeah.
6 straight balls.
Be all over the
then
place.
Ruben Niebla will come out and he'll throw 11 straight strikes in the inning. Yeah. It's just, this has been the pattern lately. But
I miss his face, man. It's been so long. Again, you keep it up at this pace, you don't need a Mason Miller, right? You just don't. So this is it's just such a pivotal time. This month of June is such a pivotal month for the San Diego Padres. It really is. The next 2 months, obviously, to see who are we, man? What are we? What are we going to be? What are we going to do? You'd hate to go just every article I'm seeing is like, Padres connected to Scooble. I'm like, for what?
Yeah, I know.
For what right now? For what?
Yeah.
A 12, 26% chance you said this morning on Fangraphs. If they keep losing in June and July, that number is going to go down. And then you're going to trade everything you have that you just had to reaccumulate for Tarek Scooble, 3 months of him. I just don't, it's not feasible to me. I missed when people said, this team wasn't good enough. I thought the playoff projections were low. I did. Maybe they were right. But to throw all that in for a rental is crazy to me.
I think, we're talking now about a decision that needs to be made in July.
Yeah.
And, I saw someone tweet out, this team needs to sell. And then another response was, well, we don't really know. No one really knows at this point. Mm-hmm. That decision doesn't get made. What they do over these next 4.5, 5 weeks before the All-Star break will determine what the Padres need to do. If they get hot and they need pitching and we think that they can make a difference, then we can have a Tarek Skubal conversation. But right now, it would be silly to have a Tarek Skubal conversation. Right now, if they traded Ethan Salas, I would be mad.
I would too.
I would be mad.
I would. Ken Burns Breakfast just nailed this. Just got to get home because the last homestand was such a success. Weren't we saying it was good they were getting out of town? Yes, we were, because they were beasts on the road and they won one game.
They're just a 500 team at home. They get a winning record on the road. Well, they still do, but
they've won one game on the road. God, that's such a gnarly road trip.
To be fair, back-to-back East Coast trips. You start to get to June. A lot of teams do struggle when that happens at this part of the season.
That's
so
like
it's
the
not
biggest
uncommon.
turd polish sunshine pump I've ever heard in my life.
Just pointing out that it's not uncommon for teams to struggle on
They're
the road.
not playing on the moon. They've done
season.
this a million times. I
mean,
we got to beat the Nationals.
We have pointed out how all the other teams in the National League are also struggling right now as well, other than the top three. It's why the Padres still have the fourth best record in the National League.
It's fair.
Which it's even sounding insane to me at this point.
Yeah.
But I can't change the reality that it is true.
Yeah.
They're tied for the fourth best record in the National League.
You said that like 10 times today, and it's angered me every single
What's
time.
actually said it more than I did.
I know, both of you guys.
I said it once.
Because it's factually accurate.
Padres have the 11th best record in the National League. Does that make, even though it's
I would prefer if you
even
said
though it's
the Padres have
does it make you feel like
the Padres have the
third worst record in baseball since April 21st or whatever.
Yes.
That's what I would rather hear, because that's what it feels like.
It's crazy.
It doesn't feel like they have the fourth best record in the National League. It feels like they have the second worst record since blank.
We have the fourth best record in the NL. That's bleeping crazy.
It's crazy.
It is. It's bleeping crazy.
It is.
That the Padres have the fourth best record in the National League.
What are your thoughts, Eno?
By the way, thank you to 7 Mile Casino for bringing us our Eno Saris segment each week.
Saris.
Son of a bitch. Should we try to get him on tomorrow?
Yeah,
sure.
Why not?
Too crowded.
He'll text me back whenever he
All
wakes up.
He's got kids. You never know. Something might have happened.
He's on a call or something. Who knows?
Yeah, 100%.
Not worried about it.
Listening to Fish on his AirPods.
Oh, just high somewhere. Remember when he was super hungover?
We've had so many good moments with Eno over the years.
Goat,
remember
man.
when he the first year we covered at the
he was out of
winter
breath.
meetings. We're winter meetings downtown at the hotel, and he came like sprinting over from his hotel downtown, and he thought we were off the air still. He thought we were like on a commercial break.
Yeah.
And he was just sitting there, and we're like,
we're live on the radio.
He goes, yeah, Padres, yeah. We're like, no, like we're on the air, right? He's like, oh crap. Oh, best.
Well, I guess it's not going to happen today.
No,
because we are
I would hope not.
Reaching the end of the program, which is going to happen in just a couple of minutes. Then we'll turn things over to Sam Levitt.
Or two is probably
we will pause 10 seconds for station identification, something we have to do right now, and then we will come back with the topic wheel here on Ben and Woods.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hey, this is Gavin Sheets from the San Diego Padres.
This one gonna go! Oh, Gavin Sheets!
Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station.
Topic Will asks, what is something to you that defines maturity?
I feel like the topic wheel has been getting harder.
It has, and it's been getting more existential.
Well, we've been doing it for several years, and we've gone through all of the topics. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
It's true. And now we've gotten to these really,
what is the meaning of life? I hate these thinkers, man. What is the meaning of life?
Something that you said defines maturity.
Not arguing on Twitter. For me.
Do you see this? It's finally happening.
Chairman Mao?
Receding hairline? A Chairman Mao haircut?
Gray hairs, yeah.
Oh.
Last 3 months, I just finally have this little tuft that's popped up.
I can't even see it.
You can't? I've been noticing it when I've been doing my makeup, I guess, at Channel 10. Which also defines maturity, right?
I hope you get
before work every day.
I hope you get the Paulie Walnuts wing hair. Because he had a little Chairman Mao going too. And if you,
there's only one thing that defines maturity: not caring what other people
That's
think.
it.
That's
Literally
just about it.
That is literally
maturity in a nutshell.
And accountability. That's it.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. My
I think
bad.
being able to have a full 15-minute conversation on the radio about strawberry cream pies.
That's true. Defines maturity.
Defines maturity.
Yep, I agree. Couldn't agree more with that. But no, I think accountability and what was the one you said?
Not caring what other people think.
It's really hard, but I'm getting so much better.
Yeah,
so
that's a
much
good
better.
one.
It's a really good one. It's truly wisdom.
Well, part of it's maturity, and part of it is disdain for other people that you get as you get older, and you go, I used to care so much, my peers and what they thought, and now it's just a bunch of people that are like, why would I care about what this person thinks? I don't think very highly of them, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time worrying what they think about me.
Yeah.
I think very highly of Sammy Levitt. He works very hard. He's got that same Groundhog Day job that we've got to talk about the San Diego Padres, but he does it well. And he'll be stepping in momentarily for the Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show. We will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. It'll be a management report Friday. We will talk to Craig Stammen, win or lose. For Paul Reindl, Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Good luck to the Padres here on 97.3 The Fan.